What's going on, everybody? So today we're going over the 10.3 balance patch, and it didn't dawn on us until about midway through the live stream that Hi-Res isn't actually going over all the items or the changes that is actually going to be done. There are roughly around 150 plus changes that are being made this patch. And so about half of the live stream we're going over just like random things, skins and whatever. And so it wasn't until like the halfway mark where we decided that we're just going to go on the website and look at all the items and the god changes and whatever else changes. So if you'd like to see our reactions and our initial thoughts at looking at it, you can watch through it, and I'll be putting up timestamps for all that. But around the halfway mark is when we actually go on the website and look at everything and look at all the changes. So yeah, I'll be putting timestamps, and yeah, enjoy. All right.
Dive in game and look at some of these right up close and
Ooh,
show
that's
them
actually
go.
good. I
Let's
want to
check it
see.
out.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh
Also,
wow! Wait a
Important
minute.
note that these changes are.
Oh
gonna be
my
big changes on
lord!
console
It's
and
subtle,
PC.
but it's
And
really
PC.
good.
Yeah, so now, for the first time ever, maybe both console and PC are shared clients. So that's every bit: editor, the look, the feel. Like, do what you want with it. But let's get into it one at a time. Starting with
I like
just
that a
I guess
lot,
just talk
actually.
over
I do
what we're
too.
seeing
We can
on
actually
screen
move
and
the
what's
map
changed.
now.
Yeah. So first, you
For
can just
console,
see the
This is exclusive to PC,
your
I think.
stats in the bottom left, your items, your gold, your god avatar, your KDA, your experience level, your abilities and health bars, etc. Mini map
above the
and
character or
scoreboard.
the
So, you know,
avatar.
not a whole ton of anything super flashy, but you will notice that the art has been redone. There's a lot more. Let's say it's a lot
Oh wait,
more
it shows the
specific in
avatar
its
next to the
intention and its
name.
design. Old Smite HUD had these really blocky, chunky elements that
Yeah.
were built within these really big borders.
It was
really
very
thick.
clunky. Smite's been
These
clunky
are a lot
since
more,
2012.
Sleek and thin, and they're also a little bit more
I would
modular.
know.
So as you
Yeah.
can see, kind of your items and your stats and your gold, those are all individual elements, which you might not notice right here at first, or might not matter to you. But when you get into the HUD editor, those become very important because you can now change and edit and relocate those things all individually.
Yeah.
Yes.
When historically they were all attached together.
Yeah, so you guys that love doing the crazy HUDs, whether that's making your map humongous, changing the opacity of each and every individual element, you can do all of that and more.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'll be
yeah,
looking
but I'm
forward to
putting
some
my map
incredible
closer
HUD
to me
layouts on
now.
Twitter, by the way.
It's
So
actually
one of the
crazy. I
first
don't have
things
to.
the improved
Yeah.
cooldown flow. So if you fire an ability, we have updated the way the abilities will show that they're on cooldown. This was something that was often brought up a lot. People said it was sometimes hard to tell right when abilities were coming on or off cooldown. Now you're going to see the icon being fully grayed out.
Is that their
until the
audio?
very end, and you're also going to see the milliseconds when you get to
What
the
the
last
hell?
second to give you an extra indicator that is coming off cooldown.
Oh.
Soon.
Oh yeah,
More
baby.
extra clarity there.
All that.
We have some changes
Anubis?
to the chat
The
screen.
newest
and
S
kill
tier?
feed,
Anubis has a
which,
movement ability?
if our driver spawns a bot,
What if he can move in his
kills, you'll
ult?
see, or if they type something or use a VGS, we can also see something. So you now will see your god avatar in the chat screen.
Woohoo.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
As well as some
What
other
if we had a
adjustments to the chat.
support character drop that their
Sizing, layout,
passive was
text
that they
space, and
just
stuff
have
like that. And we
60
also
seconds
have
off
a
of their
kill
fucking
feed.
relics?
So we'll have a different
60
window
seconds
if
off
you're
their
going
relics.
to
Yeah,
get some kills or not. So you get the
and you
big
can
pop up,
also
but if you don't
build
like the
relic
big one, you can
daggers, so
also
you get like
use the one in the top left
25
that's small.
second relics.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And that one will remain a little longer, so when those
That would
busy
be fun,
fights are
right?
happening and you can't keep track of who's going down,
Really fun.
Yeah.
who got what kill, that's all there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to look at, so we'll keep moving.
Yeah, keep rolling.
Item shop. Let's open up the item shop.
Oh,
So
back
this
to the
is a
base.
completely new item shop, obviously.
Um,
Designed with the current habits in
We're gonna
mind.
have to see how
Trying to
Okay.
design a HUD, not just completely
how
new
it
for the
looks on
sake of being new,
PC.
but one that
I
has
know,
a lot of the
it
same
sorta
patterns,
looks
a lot of the same
like a little bit
experiences you're going to have currently, but with
different, but
just
kinda the
improved
same.
art, spacing.
oh, what
trying
was
to get
that? What
more
was that?
items on screen,
Rejuvenating
easier
heart?
clarity as
What?
to
What
which
is
items you
that?
can see and when. We have a lot of features that came into
Oh,
this
go
one.
back to the power
the most
items.
important thing to
Oh,
note is
cool. They got a
console
little
players
outline
are
on
now
them.
going to see this item store.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
not
This
going to
big.
be the old split one.
Yeah.
It will have full console navigation, very similar to what
Oh.
they had before, but instead of those
Oh no, this is the
nested
console one
rows
now.
of cycling items
This
and
is
sometimes
the
like that,
console
that were,
one?
and,
They changed
different
it.
tabs between categories that were a little harder to see. They will now see
Okay.
the full list of categories and the full items in the list. Then you can just use the D-pad and other shortcuts to navigate.
Oh, okay, interesting.
We now have a dedicated
Gonna have to-
button for purchasing glyphs, so those are called out much more
I'll have to
specifically.
get used
when
to
you
it, but I think it is a
click
better
through them.
change.
We're not going to go through every single updated feature.
Just click on
the
the glyph
show
now.
Today. We're just going to look at a couple. But you can
Better,
see here there's the
actually.
glyph
That was
section
annoying to
and
buy.
additional glyph items, and we also have the widely requested new filters such as healing bolstering items, which we'll get to later, and healing reduction filters. So you can just click a single filter to
Cool.
find your
I don't know if
anti-heal
that's really
items
all that
without
necessary,
having
but
to
cool.
memorize where they are.
So good. I've already seen so many things I love. I saw like that side tab being used for consumables. You could like scroll the shop and have consumables on the side. That
You can
so much like that.
multi-filter items, so you can filter by and. So if you want power and attack speed, you can click both of the squares and only see items that have both. We didn't used to have that. Yeah, we have a lot of.
Did they really
cool
not
stuff
have
in the
that?
shop.
absolutely incredible.
No,
so,
they didn't.
oh man, I'm excited.
Guess
Keep-
I didn't pay
keep going.
attention.
What
What's
else you got?
that?
So
Last
next is the
gasp?
scoreboard tab screen.
Mhm.
This one just mostly an aesthetic and design rework. Looks a little empty here because we don't have a full
Yeah.
team players in
Ooh.
the bot match, but of course you'll see that when
I like
happens.
that.
We
What
don't
is
have
that
items yet,
bounty?
but some other things we have are a new section
Oh.
that shows total kills on objectives such as Gold Fury and Fire Giant kills per team, as
Nice.
well as kill bounty and kill streak call out, so you can quickly see in the tab screen who's going to be worth more when you kill them by seeing their kill streak and that bonus gold that you get for killing them.
Ooh, wait, that's
And we
actually
have a
really good.
completely redone
Okay, so that was
death
already
recap
in the
screen
game, I
that
believe.
has a
It was
lot
Yeah.
down
more
a
detailed
lot, but now you
information,
can
which,
actually
again,
see it for
doesn't
sure.
get
It's
shown
actually really
super well
good. I
here
like
in this
that a lot.
situation unless we're in a
Yeah.
complicated team fight, with lots of different
So if
sources
you're
coming
fed
through,
as
but it is
fuck,
to
Yeah.
you're
show
like,
you
hey, I'm gonna get like
breakdowns
900
between,
gold from this
magical and
guy.
physical
Let's go
damage
kill him.
by
Let's go
god,
focus this
how
guy.
many gods dealt you damage. It's going to also
That's gonna make
display
it more
types
that
of
people are
CC
gonna want to like
effects you,
just
were
track
hit
somebody
by,
down and kill
Yeah.
them.
on your way to your
Absolutely.
death
That's
to
crazy.
help give you some additional information about why you died.
Yeah, and
or
that
who
Anubis
killed
is
you.
no damage.
What's going on?
It's going to have individual scrolling sections per god. So when you see this, you can
Oh,
see killed by Anubis.
oh.
That's going to have their own gods are going to be.
Oh,
in,
it says how
vertical
much of your
columns
total
with
Yeah.
the
health.
number
Dude,
of
look at the
different
total
gods that hit
damage
you.
bar.
And if
Okay.
it hits you with a bunch of
100%.
different
Oh,
stuff, you'll be able
damn.
to actually
Look, it
scroll.
says
You can see the
the
Mummify has the
Oh,
stun
true
call out
damage,
there.
physical damage, magical.
A lot of cool new features on this.
It's
Yeah,
gonna go down
wow.
the. There's
You
gonna be
can see the
multiple
individual
things
ability
there.
that
And it
kills
says
you
like
by
how
that
much
sword
of
I was
each
about to
damage.
say, yeah,
person.
the
So,
sword shows you one ability.
And
That's
you can
incredible.
also
Yeah, you
see
can
the
actually,
breakdown between magical and physical
you
and
know, like
true
people are always
damage as
complaining.
well.
So
You
you,
see that
well, you
total
stole
damage
my
bar would be
kills. Like I
broken
did all the
down by
work
those
for that
individual
kill. What are you
damage
talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
you did? It's like, okay, well,
and it's
let's
got a
actually
lot of
check the death
information, to
recap
tell you
then.
exactly
It
what
says
killed
that
you.
I did
We also have
72% of the work.
T-screen.
Because I did all of it.
Mostly just an aesthetic and design update, mostly functionally the same. We have the ability screen, similar kind of story.
Oh, wait.
There are a couple little features here for gods with really longer
What?
abilities. There will be scrolling.
I
on the
just
screen,
forgot.
so you can
Wait.
make sure you
I was
can
trying to
don't
think.
get cut off by the text there.
Yeah.
There's been some just general organization and display changes. And of
Oh, I was
course,
gonna say
the
this
most
should have just been a
important,
thing.
most
Like
exciting for most people
this
here
this
at the very
UI
end.
thing should have just
HUD
happened like
editor,
8 years
which
ago.
we won't spend too much time editing the HUD.
It's-
in this
this-
demo here,
about a
but the
good
HUD
thing.
editor
Yeah, hold on.
is
Don't look.
now going to be
Might
fully
be late, but
supported
at least it's
on
here.
It's
console
here.
to be
It's
able to
here. Don't like.
every
Don't
single
look
type of
a
change,
gift
number of
horse in
changes
the
that PC
mouth.
Players can use. You'll be able to better preview your changes without.
Oh, this
missing
is gonna
HUD
be so
element.
nice. I can
A
actually
lot more of these
move my
HUD
map
elements have been
to where I
split
can
into
not.
more,
Yeah. Oh my god.
modular assets, so they can be individually
You should
resized and
move
editable.
the map
We also have a
where
couple
it's completely
special
covering your character model. And you
extra,
can't see.
Make the
options nested in
like
a couple of these,
opacity just 100%
bars,
or whatever the hell. So it's just like
let's see.
solid. Can't even see your
Changing
character.
things to be able to be vertical versus horizontal. A
Mhm.
lot of
That'll
stuff
be a
you'll be able to
challenge,
play in there.
actually.
Like you can split out consumables versus relics at different locations.
Play the game without
A lot
looking at
of
your own
stuff
character
you can do
challenge.
there. But I know most people are out there cheering for console, so
Yes.
Well deserved.
We have wanted this for a long time too. So
Really?
very glad
Did
to
you
have
really
it.
want it that long for a long
Final
time?
note
This
about
doesn't
the HUD
seem like
update
that
is
much
just
of
that
a
HUD skins.
hard
HUD
thing to
skins
do,
are
although
gonna
I
be
don't actually
temporarily
know.
Disabled. You will still have them. You'll be able to see them in your loadout. You'll be able to see your ownership of them, but there will be a warning message there to notify you that if you equip a HUD skin, it's not going to actually change the art.
Oh, I
of your
forgot they
HUD.
had HUD
For
skins.
now,
I don't think
all
they
HUD
really
skin
do that
owners
anymore,
will
do they?
retain the ownership
don't
of
have
those
one.
items, and there are going to be HUD skins. We're going to make a demonic Anubis skin for this HUD. Those are just
Yeah.
going to be coming in future updates.
Oh.
So we'll be, keep an eye on the upcoming patch notes to tell you which HUD skins will be ready to use again. And this also means that we now have the possibility to create new HUD skins. which is something
That's
you've been asking for
exciting.
a very long time.
Yeah, definitely know that.
We didn't want to make new HUD skins because we were currently reworking the HUD. So it
More
didn't really
things to
make a lot of
add
sense
to
if
the
we were
chest
We're just going to have to rework again.
to open
But now that we have it here,
for money.
get through the backlog of those HUD skins, and then hopefully within a few months here, we'll have some new HUD skins available to be unlocked to purchase.
Yay.
Yeah. So the first big update we're happy to share with y'all. Again, like we've talked about it. This is something that we've heard y'all, the community, reach out for, and we've been working.
Is
on
it
for a long
Durag Ymir?
time. It turns
yeah.
out Rome was not built in a day, and neither was our new HUD. But
No,
it looks incredible.
Durag Ymir.
It's extremely modular. Let's just keep going. Let's go so far deep. Let's go into the map. We're gonna check out the map
Oh,
Here we
in
go.
person.
a little rat.
What's
So-
wrong with that?
Those
I was
little
talking
chests
a lot
there.
about back harpies and the specific economic impacts of them, which I'm sure was very interesting to everybody. But what we're going to see that's even more interesting here is
Wait.
the new mechanic.
Oh wait, no,
that
never
we're
mind.
Introducing in place of the Gold Fury side back harpies.
Love
They are
water.
the Cyclops Thieves.
Oh, interesting.
So
Yeah,
these
I
are
said that before. They
similar
changed
character
the way
you would've
the,
seen before,
the
like the
mobs
Cyclops
look.
rogues, but these guys have a special bonus feature.
All right.
And what they do is something we've never really quite done in Smite. And that is that they have a scaling reward based on how ahead or behind your team is.
Okay.
So the Cyclops Thieves, as your opponents get every 1,000 gold ahead in net gold your opponents are, the Cyclops Thieves will not literally steal from them,
Yeah,
but they will. The
figuratively.
Cyclops Thieves will have an additional treasure chest enemy that spawns in their camp to kill that will give you more gold.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
if your
Okay.
team is behind by thousands
Interesting.
of gold, you can see up to 5 different chests. It'll be the 3 thieves plus 5 unique chests that each all have to be killed. And these killing these chests has an additional unique effect where it doesn't just give your team some gold, it actually distributes the gold amongst your team, giving the most to the lowest gold team member.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you
Got
kind of
it.
get a little split here.
Ah.
If your
Supports.
team is falling
That's gonna
behind, you
help
can
out
kill those
supports
chests
a
to get a
lot.
little bit
Yeah.
of bonus. And every time anyone who kills those, whoever's behind on your team the most is going to get the most, from
yeah,
them.
try to catch them up a little
Yep.
bit.
Now, this is also a very important thing to keep in mind if you're the winning team.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily an anti-snowball feature if you keep a close eye on it as the opposition and you go in there and invade and destroy those chests before that other team can. So we do have a little bit of a invade tweak there, which is if enemies kill the chests, they're not going to get any gold or reward for those. It's purely a denial mechanic.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So a very unique thing to replace here in these
It's still
Gold Fury
definitely
style,
worth to
or
go
Gold
in there
Fury
and
side
destroy
back
them. Though.
harpies.
Yeah.
Now, when that mechanic's not in play, like when the match is close for a long time, which happens plenty of times, a lot of
Oh,
our
yeah.
play tests,
Yeah.
it stayed very close. You don't see any chest ball. Then it works the same as a back harpy camp. It's the same respawn time, same net value
Mhm.
as a back harpy camp.
Okay. Got it.
And
Wow.
the important thing about that is that you're gonna have to keep a really close eye on those respawn timers, right? Because knowing the amount of chests that are there is gonna be really, really important as
Yeah.
well to make sure you're distributing the wealth, like AJ was talking about, but also that you're planning
distributing
your
the wealth.
invades accordingly. A lot of times we see people try and go for the green buffs or the buffs that are closer to the center.
Equity.
This one's just close enough where you can get to it. You can sneak in there, steal the chests, and run away. But it's going to be a little bit tougher. So you've got to make sure that if you're going to go for it, you've got the whole team on your back.
Yeah.
It'll be a
awesome.
new place to
Mm.
ward. It'll be a new focal point for supports and junglers to
No.
pay some.
I think I like it
to
because
kind of how some
they
additional
kinda
similar
punish
play patterns that we saw
invading.
maybe from the obelisk last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it does.
This kind of brings up some ways. of
But
that,
like
in a
this
way
is
we think
good.
is a lot more dynamic.
Invading's
it's
more valuable.
And I love the
rewards
idea of having
invading
another
because then it's
objective
taking away from
for a
the
team
enemy
that maybe
team.
has fallen behind or is bad or
Yeah.
in the game
Gaining
to
anything,
if they
so
are,
you're taking away
crossing
from
the
them.
T's, dotting
Right.
the
Invading
I's,
used to be a
getting
net
and making sure
positive
they're
plus
catching
an-
up,
it
doing
used to
everything
be
they
a
can to
positive
pull
plus a
themselves
positive
out of the
because
trenches.
enemy
Because
teams
I'm one of
behind,
those people who I fight to the bitter end
they're
and
not
having
getting
a way
those
to
chances and also
bring the
they're gaining
game
from the
back
camp.
within arm's
It
length.
seems
F7
like
crew,
you're
huh?
just going in there
Yeah.
to make them
But
lose something. And you're
but
not really
awesome.
gaining
So yeah, and I
anything
mean,
other than
just
them
beyond
losing.
all that though, obviously looking at how beautiful this map is, I love all of this, all of the water everywhere, all of the glowing plants and everything, just absolutely beautiful. So before we hop out, is there anything else big that you'd like to call out?
Yeah. Let me just rattle off a couple other changes real
Let's
quick. We
rattle
talked
them
a
off.
bit
Okay.
about back harpies and jungle and this new mechanic. The other focal points we wanted to adjust was mid lane was also getting a little ahead further than we intended. So the mid harpies that spawn in those 2 mid camps before oracles and pyromancer, those are only going to spawn 2 harpies instead of 3.
Oh,
So a
that's
little
what I
bit
was.
of,
I looked at them. I was like,
experience
something's
in gold,
changed.
decrease
Forgot there was
for
3.
mids and also junglers.
Got
We're
it.
getting
Okay.
very ahead in the whole map right now.
Yeah.
We're kind of treating carry as like the balanced baseline. They're in the right spot, so we're taking mids and jungles down to their level.
Yeah.
Also bringing up solo, so solo is going to see more value added to.
How do
the
they
silver
base that
camp,
based
which they're
off
gonna be contesting over.
carry, though?
It's going to be worth more golden
Why?
experience for killing.
Yeah.
As
we're
are their
coming
blue
down.
buff mobs are going to be worth more golden experience for killing. So that's going to make
Right now,
invading even more
junglers and
important if
mids
you
are
wanna
just
win
the
your
best
solo
roles
lane.
right now.
In general,
Yeah.
we wanted to make the solo lane more impactful.
No, I think
Yeah.
I
based
think
on
solos are the best.
could you win
Solo
it
laners
early,
are no,
right?
they're just
They're the
So
worst,
we
I
wanted to
think.
make there be
The-
more
the
economic
fucking
impact if you're really
Tablet of
outplaying your opposing
Destinies,
solo laner.
just the,
So
Yeah,
the
if
true
you're
that
gonna-
damage,
extra
the
value is
proc
going to come into play
damage,
there, as
and
is
the
some changes
proc
to the
shred is
totem,
insane.
which is now going to have a
Totem.
You
larger
go in the back
radius
line and then a
Mhm.
and
fucking
a
mage or
higher
a carry can
damage
easily
bonus
1v1
buff
1v1 you.
radius. So
Okay.
especially
Should never be
dangerous
the
to fight
case.
around that
Yeah,
totem.
owning the totem zone, very important.
Yeah, give you
Yeah.
some more chances to kill it.
Got it.
Let's see. We have a couple other smaller changes. Some tweaks to Fire Giant, changing its respawn time, which I think it was a fun experiment, but we saw some flaws in that, so it's being reverted back to what it was
yeah,
before.
bringing it back.
Making some adjustments to Gold Fairy and Pyromancer to make them harder to body block or kite in some weird ways,
Yes.
making sure
Yeah.
you have to fight them
Yes,
head on.
that's a very important one.
Okay.
We're going to make Tower Bastions just a little bit tankier,
Okay.
so they
Yeah.
don't get cleared quite too
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, grind down right away.
We're going to make Tier 1 towers do more damage to gods.
Yep.
Give you a little bit more of that early game invade and
They
dive
keep
protection.
changing that,
Yeah.
brother.
The roaming back harpies, as Lermy called out earlier, those changing in their pathing.
Lermy.
We're also adding a new roaming harpies
Okay.
that on the
No?
Fire Giant side actually roam, and they roam across from order into chaos and back around before.
Oh,
So
what
if you
the
really
hell?
Pay attention and make some close tight rotations. You can actually steal more from your
Yeah,
opponent's
Yeah.
snipe them from
because
your
they come
opponent.
right to you.
Yes, these
That's
Where
ones
do
are
they
really
spawn,
fun too
though?
because they're
And
also the
which
duo
direction do they
sided, so
spawn?
they
I wanna
cross
see
paths
that.
basically.
Oh yeah, they are on both sides.
Yes,
Sorry.
they cross
Oh, they're both
paths
sides.
basically going in opposite directions. So there is a time when
Okay.
both
Dang.
harpies will end up right next to that silver camp, or on the other side right next to the gold camp. And if you catch them at the right time, that's a little bit
It
of
feels
extra
so
for you.
good
Yeah.
with the
Oh.
automation mechanics and the roaming. It
Oh,
feels
yeah.
so good when you just get to scoop them all up,
Yeah.
Right.
just drag them all to a camp.
Yeah,
you clear
that's
it all
great.
once. It's
I like
great.
how
But
she
that's even
regarded it
And
as
the
silver
last
camp.
change in here, which is really, it's just kind of a god change hidden
That's
in
even
the
more
conquest section.
incentive for the
But we
jungler
are
to stay
nerfing the
solo side as
magical
well.
basic attack damage from the
'Cause
purple.
now there's
buff.
actually
So that's
farm
just
there.
a mage ADC nerf.
Okay.
So could have thrown that in the gods or item section, but it's really
Yeah, just
it's a
sprinkle
magical
it in
ADC
here.
nerf, but it had to go in the conquest section because it made sense. So
Specifically in
Yeah.
yeah,
conquest.
a lot of shifts to each and every role. We're going to see some different changes in the economic impact as well as the map prioritization from each and every role. That's what we want to see from each season this year. In Smite.
Yeah.
We want to
Yep.
make sure that you have different economic things to pay attention to, different objectives to pay attention to, potentially different play styles, different pathing, different priorities.
So many things. Like there are all of these defined updates, and then so many things that touch so many other things because of the essence of MOBAs. It's like we had this big pool of change and just sprinkled in some more change. So absolutely wild. So that was the map change. We've gone over some incredible stuff, but I'm just gonna keep saying it. We're not done yet.
Exactly.
Yep. So
All right, now let's
PR.
actually get
Yeah,
into
right,
it.
let's get into
We've
it.
PR.
scrolled long enough.
yeah, we're looking for
Oh,
y'all's
boy.
feedback, but we want to give you stuff to give us feedback on, starting with brand new healing items, completely new to the
Oh,
game. So let's get
no.
into it. We have the oh God, you're
Okay.
gonna make me say this. A lot of
Okay.
Asclepius?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right,
So,
good.
just like we talked about, again, the tiny clumsy preamble before every, I like getting into this thing. We talked about healers kind of
Fairly
losing a lot of things
expensive.
in terms of the
Oh,
actual healing
30%
output that they
instead
can do,
of,
but
what
also
was
we
it,
want to make sure that they
25%
gain a
before,
lot of
or
things, right?
20%?
Different
I
ways
can't
to
remember.
play around with their
I never
teams,
bought that
different
item.
healing
Yeah, I
tools that
never
they
bought
get.
this
So
either.
that led us to two different healing trees.
I
We'll
think
imagine
it's
one
definitely got
physical,
more
we've got a couple
health and
other things that are
mana.
out there as well. But for these trees, we specifically wanted some ways to amplify your healing back to, again, you're never going to get to the same amounts you were before, especially with scaling gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep hammering that point. Scaling is gone. That's a
Scaling's
really
gone.
big contributor
really
to the
big.
strengths. So Rod of Sleep is an item that's previously been in the game, as well as Catechaos Club. Could you? Yeah, I think that's
One of those.
right?
Yeah, Catty Club.
Catechaos Club
Cat
is also
Club.
going to get a similar change, but different.
Cat
We're going to get there in a
Club.
second. And there's also new items. So
Caduceus.
Yeah.
rework on Asleep, I guess you could say.
Yeah, this one is a rework, so it's like new.
Yes, and one important thing that I do want to clarify here with Rod of Asclepius is actually what healing dealt means.
Yes.
So I know the wording was previously confusing, so I want to clarify on this. Healing dealt is only your healing that you're passing out. Either that's to yourself or to your teammates. Giving
Would you feel
healing
comfortable
dealt
upping the quality?
to other players
With the
is only in
lettering look
regards to what
crisper now?
you are
Oh,
healing,
wait,
not
let me
what
see.
they are
Right.
giving out themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make their heal
They'll
stronger.
be on-
It makes your healing them stronger.
Yes.
Got it.
exactly.
And it works for yourself, so always good to know.
So Rod of Asclepius
There.
passive healing dealt, like you mentioned, is going to
There
be
you go.
increased by 30%. There's no
Yeah.
team-wide aura. It's now only going to be specifically for you.
Yep.
But the new aura effect here is
This is huge.
allied gods within 30 units have 10% CDR.
That's big.
That's a really new effect for an aura. It's
what?
something that we want to
Wait.
make sure that felt utility driven. 30% is going to be on the higher bar of healing dealt increases as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Again, the caveat there is the unit size is 30 range, that's
Very
not a
small.
lot.
That's
So
pretty
you're not going to be
small.
affecting your entire team all the time in fights, nor even in arena.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
do
what did
have
he
to
say? I didn't
meaningfully
even see
choose
it.
where you're going to be to
Yeah.
provide CDR.
Wait,
for
so
those
when
items.
you're
Awesome.
people
Let's
have
move on to the next item.
wait, go back
Rejuvenating
to that real
Heart.
quick.
And this is one of our new ones.
Hold on.
Caveat there is the unit size.
It's huge.
Allied gods within 30 units have 10% CDR.
That's big.
That's a
You're
really
giving
new
somebody
effect for
cooldown
Aura. It's a
reduction.
previous passive healing dealt, like you mentioned, is going to be increased by 30%. There's no
Yeah.
team-wide aura. It's now only going to be specifically for you.
Yep.
But the new aura effect here
This
is
is huge.
allied gods within 30 units have
That's-
10% CDR.
That's big.
That's a really new effect for an aura. It's
Yeah.
something that we wanted to make sure that felt utility driven. 30% is going to be on the higher bar of healing dealt increases as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I think
Again,
that's
the
weak.
caveat there is the
I'm gonna be
unit
honest.
size is 30
10%.
range. That's not
Very
a
small.
lot.
That's
So
pretty
you're not
You're
going to be
standing
affecting
near
your
your
entire
allied
team all the
gods,
time in fights or
and-
even in arena.
And when
You
you're
do have to
standing there, you give them
meaningfully choose where you're going to be to
10%
provide
cooldown
CDR for
reduction.
those effects.
Okay,
Awesome.
I
Let's
guess.
move on to the next
Weird.
item. Rejuvenating
I think it's
Heart.
positive,
This is one of
but
our
it's
new
not a
ones.
One of the new
huge
ones that I
thing.
just promised.
Again,
Squabble
as
is a
Clumsy
good
mentioned, this
example
is
of why
a
that's
new
not
tree,
really a
no
big-
longer in the
big strength.
staff tree, I believe is what it was previously called.
Oh,
So
70
This is
power.
now a different
mid.
tree. And this is another tier
A
3
full-on
in that
new
tree.
item,
And so
huh?
Rejuvenating Heart is another option that healers go to. But this
Right.
one
That's a lot of
is
health and
nice
mana.
little
Holy
mix,
shit.
Yeah.
for our magical characters that they can get more healing the more active they are in combat. So specifically the passive here is that
Hella.
successfully hitting enemy guns with basic attacks and abilities provides stacks
And
of healing
abilities.
dealt, increased
Yep.
healing dealt.
Exactly.
So you can have up to 8 of these stacks, and so depending on whenever you use that next
8?
ability heal,
48.
specifically ability heal, want to keep that clear. Doesn't work
Keep
on like
clear.
meditation, doesn't work on pots, any of that
Uh.
stuff. It will increase that healing dealt. So whichever
Got it.
person that you hit with your heal, whether it's yourself, whether it's all your teammates, it will consume those
Wow.
stacks. Then you'll go back to 0, have to build it up again.
Oh,
so
it's
it'll
up,
help you.
okay,
It'll
it's
help
on
you
stacks.
in a team fight build up to maybe a burst heal, a slightly bigger burst heal.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that a lot. Cool.
Okay.
Let's move on
So
to
Hell would
another,
only be able to
another
get
item,
like 1 to
Last
2 stacks then
Gasp.
each
Yep,
time,
the third
right?
one
Because
for
she's
the
constantly healing
magical item
herself.
tree.
Yeah.
This
Damn.
One, this one is not going to be increasing your
It's
healing.
still a
higher your
good hell
healing
item, I
dealt.
feel
This
like.
one's going to give more utility or offensive.
If it'd be
effects.
good.
Like I said,
Actually, yeah,
we want
because
to make sure that
it's a lot of health
healing
and mana.
characters
You could
or characters who just
a lot of
splash
health
into
and mana
healing
and
have
just
different ways
healing
and different
or
options to
more.
affect their own game.
could do.
So for this
You,
one,
this one also has
after healing
200,
an
200
allied
mana.
god specifically, so not yourself.
Definitely
with
go
an ability,
hybrid.
You gain magical power based on how much missing health they have.
Yep.
So the lower and lower health that your ally
Healing
has at the
allied
time of
god.
heal, the
Yeah.
more magical power you
Yeah.
actually gain.
Huh. Okay. So if you're clutch healing somebody, all of a sudden you're a lot stronger
Exactly.
for that
For
time
a good-
period.
for a
Oh,
good period of
wait.
time.
I also like. I love how the name of the
Just
item.
another
works
hell
into the
item.
effect
Wait,
of
you
it.
get like
Huge
90
shout outs
power.
on
They
that.
have only
Cool. So next
90
up,
or they have like 10% of their health.
So you could be healing somebody
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
low as hell,
So
and then
Cat
immediately
Club,
switch
now
off
Oh,
we're
to
wait,
damage
that's actually-
stance, and you'll have
magical to
90
physical. This
extra
is our
damage.
new
That's
physical
crazy.
tree,
That
and
could
so
be
Cat Club is getting a bit
potentially
of
like
a reword here
100
to make sure it's
was that
along the
150,
same lines of
100,
Rodovus
like
Caduceus, but
160
one
damage
thing that we
item.
wanted to really emphasize here
potentially.
is that it is a little bit different.
That's
So
actually
it's still
insane.
got that
Last-
healing
last,
increase, right? It has
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
core pillar,
Yeah, that's a
but
great
yourself.
spell.
instead
That's
of
more
brace yourself.
CDR.
Again, healing
Or
dealt.
has CDR, I mean.
Important.
And no
Remember
longer
that.
like aura.
I
based
miss
effect.
Cat
Yep.
Shield.
Yes. So
For
that
healing.
yes, that is for you. For the aura though,
10
God,
crowd
you
control
said it,
reduction.
It's a little bit bigger.
Exactly.
Movement speed.
Yeah.
Has CCR and increased movement speed. It's a small amount, but it's going to be noticeable, right? And
Mhm.
movement speed is a very powerful stat. So you want to be sure that if we're giving people these
Mm.
stats, we got to make sure that it's.
This
a
would be
little
good in
bit tight, right?
Joust.
It's very, very fun to play
Yeah.
with this item. Play around your healing because you're going to be giving out more. And you're also
don't think
kind
the
of
aura
being
is,
the
like,
leader of the
what we
charge,
should
be
right? Because
looking at,
anyone
though.
around you
You could
is
pair
going
this
that
up
little
with
bit
Storm and
faster. So
Talisman.
y'all move
Have two
together,
different
you're
people
going to be
build it.
faster, and you're going to be taking less CC duration
Yep.
because of
Yeah.
that reduction.
Also, these items being in new trees, definitely keep an eye out for their stats, which may have
Yes,
been
of
reworked as
course.
well.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Again,
a step in the right
it's all
direction.
good
I think if
adjustments.
they want to make
Yeah.
this item work,
Super
though,
cool.
they have to
All right,
up
well,
the
let's keep
power
going
a little
on
bit.
with the Vital Amplifier.
Right, Battle Amplifier is an interesting one. So for the physical tree, we kind of have one
Alright.
more healing-oriented item and two more
This is a
offensive
physical.
or utility-focused items. So this
Wait,
one's definitely
that's
playing
so
around with that. So we've
weird.
got some physical power. I want to
ADC
mention the
item?
stats here as well. 20% attack speed. Also, after
good,
healing
that's a big one.
yourself
And
or an
MP5.
ally god, so a little bit different than the magical version as well.
Yeah.
You gain 10% attack speed and 5% basic attack damage
Okay,
for
this
a
is a
short period of
Cupid
time,
item.
stacking up to 3 times. And this doesn't have an internal cooldown. So if you have like a multi-tick heal,
Mhm.
like Chalk, or if you're healing
Yeah.
repeatedly, or you're healing multiple allied gods and yourself, you're getting that stack very, very
Yeah,
quickly,
right
and getting
off the
this
rip.
bonus effect
Got it.
very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
3
Talk. I'm
times.
thinking like Thanatos. If you're getting
Yeah,
souls from the
right.
Yeah,
wave.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's a lot of characters that can utilize this item really, really
That's
well.
what's
30%
Usually
attack
ADC
like you
speed
mentioned, is that
and
even if you're
15%
attack
basic
speed.
if you're not
attack
a
damage.
traditional healer for
Yep.
any of these,
They
Oh
said
consider
my
some of these
Thanatos. They
lord.
said
items that don't
Thanatos
just
and
increase your
Shock.
healing
I don't
dealt
think
40
their heads are in
splash,
the right
effects.
Yeah.
headspace here.
Guan Yu
That's
feels
an
like a good
ADC
choice for
item.
that.
Amaterasu, I think, is the one that we've seen a lot of success with.
Speaking
this
about
item.
it, the next one's
That's a good
Oh
choice.
no.
True. How about we check it out then? We check out
Chiron's
Sekhmet's
passive should proc
Scepter.
this
Oh yeah,
too,
this
no?
this
Does
one's
bonus 3?
incredibly fun for
Heal
those
yourself.
spammers. This is the kind of
Spammer.
character that you want to consider this item for. So Sekhmet's Scepter again
Segment.
has the power, health, MP5, but this one's got CDR on it, so really good for like Guan
Good
Yu, as
power,
you mentioned.
pretty good health.
So this one has very, very fun passive.
Got
where
MP5.
After healing
These are the
yourself, so
stats
in
that I
the
like to
instance of
see on
Guan Yu, let's just
After
use
healing
like that
yourself.
example here.
Alright,
You
oh
press
my
1.
God.
You've healed yourself.
It's good.
Now you have a period of
Healing
6
yourself.
seconds where each time that you damage an enemy god, you reduce your cooldowns. But there's also an internal cooldown on that proc. So,
Okay.
for instance, you've got the 6-second window, but every 0.5 seconds, if you're damaging in that time period, you'll get that extra 0.5 proc. So you're basically taking the time and
Oh.
then returning the time back and forth with that. So
Got it.
overall,
Only every
you can get
20
that
12
3-second
seconds, though.
decrease
Yep.
if you're on it every single
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
But again, you've got to be on it. So Guan Yu, a lot of abilities.
Yeah.
Able to proc that pretty
I was about to
easily
say,
if
just
you
start
are
spinning.
keeping
Yeah,
the
exactly.
damaging.
One
Wait.
tap assault and you're pretty
Yeah,
much
tell
there.
us
Oh
it's
my
almost
lord,
one.
Guan, bro.
This is a super
Yeah.
fun item with those characters that
Yeah.
really want to play up those cooldown
Okay.
refreshes because that's exactly what this
I'm
one's
seeing a lot of
Awesome. Well, that
synergy
sounds super fun, and we're gonna keep
Yeah.
moving
the
on.
items here.
the
This
next
is a
item,
perfect
ooh,
one
erosion.
item.
Alright,
The other
so
one was a
this kind of
perfect
is
stupid
a new
item.
category that we're talking about. So now we're
Okay.
kind of
Oh,
Erosion.
adjacent to the healing. And this is
What
a
is it?
new effect that we're adding to the game to several
this
different
reminds me of
characteristics.
Stone of Binary.
Yes.
right here.
Future shield health reduction.
Yep.
So
Oh,
what
I heard about
what
this
the
item.
community have
Can
desired
reduce
is,
shields on enemy gods.
Already in the game, we have
But
ways to
mana.
decrease current
Oh,
shields that are
no.
already on people, right? You
Yeah.
have Sunder, you
He's
have the
already
Ops as
not
well.
good.
But now you're going to have new methods of debuffing the enemies so that if a shield is going is applied to them afterwards, it's actually going to be reduced in its effect.
I'm an enemy with
Okay.
a
So
30.
it's affecting
you just
any
gain the
future
shield.
shield. So
You gain
erosion,
15%
forward
movement
thinking.
speed.
Exactly.
for 4
Is
seconds.
kind of just the standard
Every
archetype item for it.
30%?
So the passive every
Protect
time
you.
you within
Or
30
any
units
Wait,
gain
that
a
means
shield,
the
gain movement speed.
shield
But
is
again,
only
the
gonna
ore is
have
kind of the
70%
archetype
of what
here,
it
where any
is
shields
supposed to
applied
have.
on enemy gods
Oh,
within a small
no.
area
You might be
just has it
early
reduced by
initial proc.
30%.
You know what this
So
is
you
going to
have
be
this
really
around,
good against, though?
Odin pops his
This is
shield.
going to be
and
a
it's already
perfect
reduced by
counter against
30%
Jeb Bush.
on like first act.
Geb.
On launch.
Oh, yeah.
Alright,
Because
that's awesome.
not
It
only
kind of
will his
works
shield be
like,
reduced
like
by
Ankh for predicting healing,
30%,
right? You're like, I know they're about
but
to shield.
most of
This
the
is a
time,
great
the
great
other
And then
trying to
again, the
save
fun
somebody
going
who's low
back to
health,
is,
the
the
shield
aura
be
was the
reduced,
most
but you're
important
also
part
going
there.
to
It's kind of
gain
like
movement
Essence's
speed, so you
aura.
can
Yeah.
fucking
The
track
active
them down
component is
more.
every time an
You
enemy
can
does
run
proc
after
shield, you
them.
gain movement speed effect as well. So you're
Yeah.
kind of getting,
Mhm.
we're
This is
already
the
kind of
perfect counter
developing
to
this
Geb.
item the way we do new items already, which is, the aura effect, the passive effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
and again, this sounds very scary for our shield-dependent characters like our Odins,
Yes,
our
really good
Nikes,
point.
but
Doesn't
this has,
aphro give
again, a
somebody
very
a
small
shield
radius,
too, or
30
no?
radius.
No.
So if you
He's
want
a-
to intentionally
I'm
take
stupid.
those shields down, you gotta be pretty close
You
to
gotta
them.
be
You're
able
What
to-
within
does
striking
this
distance,
counts as
so
shell,
it's
right?
not,
Too.
just a free, I'm getting rid of all your shields
Yeah,
forever.
'cause it
You're gonna
doesn't
be a
say- it
little
doesn't
bit in
exclude.
danger here to get rid of
This
them.
is a
Right,
perfect item
exactly.
against
And
Jeb.
Oh,
you might
wow.
see some of those characters who require it
1,000,000%.
getting a
And
little bit
Odin.
of
Yes,
extra
that's
shifts.
important too. We'll be addressing some of that a little bit later.
Getting to that shortly then. Then we'll continue forward. Looks like a bit of a passive shift for Gem of ISO.
Yes.
Okay, so
up
is that
next,
all the new
still
items?
staying on the shielding topic, we're just
Yeah.
adding
Hey.
this, debuff effect onto some of the other
And we'll have
items in
shield
the game
supplies
for
on
various
these
classes. We want to
50%.
make sure
Oh.
that people that
Wait,
aren't really looking to
enemies
ride
have very low,
defense
30%
in that
slower,
erosion, because that is again
and
in
will
the,
have shields
gem
applied on
tree.
them,
Yeah.
reduced
They
by
have other options as well.
50%
So
for
one of those
2.5
options
seconds.
would be Gem of Isolation,
Okay.
where they have that
okay.
applied on the
odd
slow
buff.
debuff as well. So that is one of those items, as well
I
as
feel like
the
it's
next
kinda-
one being
I don't know.
Deathbringer.
Yep.
I still
Which
don't
also
think
has
Gem of
that
ISO
same
is going to be
effect,
built.
where for those characters that are
I still think
buying
the last item's
Deathbringer,
kind of
you
gimmicky.
also have that additional future shield
Like,
reduction effect.
only a
so
few
those two kind of
gods.
go hand in hand.
No,
I just
you'd
kinda
only
wanna
build that on a
spread
few against a
the
few gods.
shield
that's
reduction
purely
love,
a counter
or I guess
item.
hate,
Yeah.
equally.
We love reducing them. We hate the shield.
This
I don't
is
know.
still
Yes,
not
and
going to
the
be
important
bought.
part to consider
If you
here is
want to,
when
if you want to make
in
you
the
a
game you're
build
getting
Gem of
these items
Ice,
as
so
well
you need
because
to either
for
slightly
instance,
buff
erosion
the
is a little
period
bit
of
easier to
time
purchase
in
in
which
the early
somebody is
game,
slowed by
where
abilities,
Gem of
which isn't going to
Isolation
happen
and
because
Venom
it's 3
Deathbringer,
OP.
those are more luxury
Or you
items,
need
right? So
to up
for
the
those characters,
damage
they're
slash
not going to be able to
penetration
go
on it.
into it right away, but they could prioritize it if they feel like shields are especially difficult to deal with into whatever team comp they're against.
Yeah, if
I
you
don't
lose
think we're in a
draft against
shield meta,
shields,
are we?
then you have a path
You
can
have
No,
to
we're
go
not.
forward. Yep.
settle it out.
Also, quick note on Venom
It's
Death
just gonna make
Trigger,
them
we know-
worse.
So
Jeb's
obviously
gonna
this
fall
being a
out
glyph
of
spot, a
any
little bit of damage.
relevancy.
It's also getting a trade-off too.
Odin's
it's
gonna
getting
get
the
worse.
damage delta
Vamana's gonna
component
get worse. Actually,
removed
all
off
these
of this
gods
one, so
aren't
you're
even
not-
really
you're not
that
just
good right
adding
now.
the effects, and you might see that somewhere else.
Unless they're shifting
Cool.
things around, we're gonna
Well, I
get
mean,
to
we've
like the
talked
god
about
changes. They might
we've
shift
talked about a lot
around
of
to feel
different
more
healing
people have
items. As we
shields
kind
now
of
instead of
move on
healing.
to the rest of the items, is there anything else that you wanted to go over within the purviews of how we're changing healing? You know, or, I mean, do we cover it good? Y'all are always covering things good. I just wanna
Yeah,
make
no,
sure
I
we're
think
good.
the most important thing here going on is that what we're going to go into next, but also you can see in the
Okay,
patch
so
notes,
it's all
it's
the-
just a whole bunch of items.
Hmm.
You basically
Yeah.
expect, like, if you see life steal, if you see healing,
Yeah.
it's going to be getting a certain amount of reduction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're not going to
Moja.
go into all of it now, but on the patch notes, definitely have a look because it's a whole bunch of different items.
It is, and I always recommend looking at the patch notes for this because they are a treasure trove of information so that you can start preparing for the Season of Hope. So we'll keep moving on through items, starting with, moving into shards and relics in that kind of area. And it seems like they just overall there was some nerfs happening in that
Yeah,
area.
so that's kind of what I wanted to preempt in the previous section is that, like, right now we're going to breeze through a couple
Claw
of things.
shard
We're
needed in
going
there.
to
Yeah,
be
fly through 'em.
pinpointed on a couple of other ones, but for these ones specifically, Claw
Yeah.
Shard, the Meditations, and Sundering Siphon, they all have healing effects. They've all been reduced.
Ooh.
Got it. Yeah, just again.
Oh, okay.
The
By
goal of the
default.
season is to take healing and tweak it. Whether that's, I mean, it's reductions here, additions of new abilities there. So overall, good
Yes.
stuff.
And we
Please.
might be breezing through these, but I do also want to
What
shout
a
out that
say,
after
man.
this patch note show, we are going to be doing a
Yeah.
designer Q&A. If you guys have questions about any of these
They
specifics,
blew through
hold
the
those
healing
questions for now.
items.
We'll be there later to
Like, I
answer
need to
them,
look at
but
them
this
again,
is just kind of an
honestly.
overview, and then feel free to ask us questions in that
Yeah.
next section.
Yeah, so actually, we'll just throw this in real quick, and I'll mention it again at the end. But yeah, right after this, we got the art show. For those of you who didn't see it ahead, don't worry, it's still here. We got the art show coming immediately after. And then once the art show ends, like Lermy just said, we have an incredible show where they're going to answer questions, go into the patch a little more in depth than what we're doing
That's a
here.
sick
For
name.
those of you who want to stay in,
Wormy.
ask your questions, and really get all those juicy details. So
Yeah.
we got
'Cause
y'all
again, there's
covered.
a lot of
there's a lot
changes.
of details.
And one more thing on the
Please.
different types of change that we're doing,
Yeah.
including for these nerfs we talked about for shards and relics and going forwards for gods or for the other items. You're going to see a lot of times where there's going to be just strict nerfs, right? Just strict, the healing has been stripped off of these things.
Yeah.
And some gods or characters or items or abilities, whatever it may be, may get shifts in comparison.
Mhm.
The designers have basically chosen which ones get shifts, which one gets buffed based on either their performance, based on data, based on their perception, based on a lot of different attributes. And there are going to be times where there's going to be just strict nerfs, and you might be going like, hey, that item or whatever it may be is not
So,
really doing so well. And either
I'm definitely gonna
or is
be-
doing really well and it
now
could
that I
be
know all
gone
the
further.
items,
And either again, we're
I'm gonna
looking at
start
the data, we're
making
looking at
that
perception
healing
to
video this
base our
weekend.
decisions around those, or it's
About
also
those
a
before
good
and after.
opportunity to just do some
Yeah.
kind of shake up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's some
exactly.
things that you might have
You gotta tweak
expected
a few things, I think.
larger nerfs for. There's so much change going on that who really is going to predict what's going to happen in a few weeks' time once you guys all get your hands on this.
Yeah. So I mean, I
Maybe
think
next week.
yeah, next.
Yeah, I just mean when
Yeah.
like maybe things
More and
start
more.
panning out and stabilizing, but I was gonna say months.
It's crazy
at
this
first.
next
You know
week.
what? You guys
It's
might
not
figure it
months.
out in a week.
Yeah, y'all are quick.
We
so.
got those math wizards out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is, I mean,
That
I
one
think this is a
item's
great area
definitely gonna
also
be
to point
cheaper
out,
than
like,
Guan.
for those of you who didn't
Yeah,
know
I
what
saw
we
that. I
did
was like,
for
oh,
4
no,
seasons
that's
in
And
a
that
year.
other
busted
item
on
is gonna
Guan.
be,
Seasons
one
in a
other
year.
item's also gonna be
we
very
kicked
good on
off the
Cupid
season
and
with Surtur
Chiron
and
and
everything
any other
huge.
ADC
We're in
that
the
it's
second
gonna be
season,
perfect
Season
on
of Hope,
Cupid,
and
dude. That's
there's
a
a lot of
perfect item
stuff.
for Cupid.
Yeah,
and
I
it
think-
does
Imagine
so
what will
well.
happen in
I
season 3
think
and 4.
Hell
That's all I
and
gotta say.
and
All right, let's keep
Afro are
moving
probably going
through
up a
starter
tier
items,
based
all right?
just
So,
on the
looks like
items.
Hunters,
We'll have to
Yeah,
see
plenty
the.
of starter items
last
getting tweaked
cast.
around in there.
Huh?
I'll just
Like
let
you
y'all
get
dive into it.
power
Oh,
based
Yeah,
off
so
of the person you
in
heal
general, this
last.
update
That's
has done two
ridiculous.
things. It's addressing
That's
a lot of
arguably
healing
one of
stuff.
the-
Also,
ooh.
there's kind of like we
Ooh,
talked about
yeah.
previously earlier. There's a little bit of shift to
Decrease the
hunters
health
and
or
mages
store
and
when hitting
ADC
an enemy.
mages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There
2%
are
to
a
1.4.
lot
They're
of shifts
decreasing
that
it by
may be,
like, what is it, 60%?
providing actually incidental
that?
buffs to a lot of hunters.
Yeah.
So we want to be
Oh,
very,
that's
very
60%.
careful
That's
with
like,
their
No,
items
that's-
and upgrades as well.
That's like
as well as
30%.
taking
That's a
this as a good
30% decrease.
opportunity to shift
Hitting an
things
enemy god
around
with a basic
because,
damage
you
of
know, you have
2% of your
maybe,
mana and
had
reduces
a
your
bit of a
active non.
static gameplay style.
Oh wait,
So,
reduces your
Death Toll
active
being like that quick
non-ultimate
section
cooldowns by
provides a bit of healing.
0.33
There's gonna be
seconds.
some new things going on there,
Reduces your active-
specifically on the upgrade.
What?
So,
Wait,
one,
that's
Death Toll's gonna
ridiculous.
be, increasing
Base
its physical
attacks
power,
that
gonna
deal
be
damage and
decreasing its
AoE
health, so
restore
it's a bit of a
less
shift there.
Yeah,
We
it's
talked
already
about some
been there.
some
Appreciate
Wait,
it.
that's
shifts.
insane.
But also, Death's Embrace is getting kind of a spicy change here. So,
What?
well, the health is being reduced. We talked talked
Yeah.
about that. But now when you hit an enemy with
Isn't
your basic
Boomba's
attacks, you will
hammer
also
like
start
every single time
reducing
after you
your
hit
active
somebody
non-pulse
after an
movement
ability, you
Yeah.
get half a
by
second
a very,
back?
very short amount.
Yeah.
But that's happening without
That's
any
Wait.
not a-
cooldown.
No, this
Awesome.
is
So,
just
yeah,
for
just
every.
keep
This
going
is just
and accumulating
every
those
normal
attacks.
basic attack, is it
Awesome.
not?
That's-
Wait,
that's
for each
really
enemy
cool.
hit after the
That's a
first
lot.
and only
So I mean, yeah, let's keep
the
going
first
with
and
it.
only
More
count
changes,
once
some
for the
more
cooldown
items,
reduction
and,
effect.
Yeah, let's dive into the next one.
Yeah, so we've also
Wait,
got
I have to pause this. For each
Yeah, hold
enemy
on.
hit after the first and only count. Wait, for each. Am I dumb? Basic attacks that deal damage in an AoE restore less health for each enemy hit after the first and only count once for the cooldown. Okay, so that doesn't have anything to do with it. Wait. Wait. So you're
enemy hit
telling
after-
me, like, Bologna are just going to
Llama,
be spamming their
Osiris.
abilities?
Oh my God, Osiris, dude.
Oh my god. Osiris is one.
Osiris is in one and fucking.
Wait,
he
Are
just
we?
spams his ability anyways.
Okay. So are we thinking this is more OP than it actually is? Because I'm thinking like this is busted, like this is broken.
No, the way I'm reading this, it sounds like it's just fucking because reason why this sounds a lot like Boomba's hammer, but Boomba's hammer you only get
On crack.
you get 0.5 every single time you hit a base class after you land an ability. The way it sounds, this sounds like you just get 0.33
Every auto.
every auto, which is
So
that's OP as fuck. Why would you ever like if you have this as like an ADC and you have 2 attack speed or whatever, you can be an Amma or Balloon, you have a lot of attack speed. You don't even need to build cooldown. You
Also-
just fucking auto and you just fucking
Yeah.
spam abilities.
but also hitting an enemy. So that means minions and jungle camps.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, don't I think you buy this on
What I'm-
everyone now then.
What I'm confused about, if it's not that way, it's some other way, they need to phrase it in a better way because for each enemy hit after the first and only count once for the, that's not a, I don't know what they're
I
implying
don't know
there.
what that means.
For each enemy hit
I think it's talking
after
about the basic
first and
attacks that
only
deal
count.
damage in an AoE, so like Heim.
Oh, is it in reference to the? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that has anything to do
Okay, that
with
has
this.
nothing to do with the initials. So it is written the way.
Oh
So you just
no.
all your auto attacks are just reduced by 0.3. That's going to get nerfed
It has to.
immediately.
Death
That's too
Temper,
good.
Yeah.
which is getting a buff as well, and then we're also moving into the cows, which have been a little bit out of the meta, you might say. It's been a bit of
What
a
the
death
fuck
toll
are you
world
guys
for,
looking
for a
up?
little bit, as you might say. At least for our hunters.
Bologna's gonna be S tier?
Every
Um,
hunter is S
So
tier.
they're
'Cause
also
her
getting a
because
couple
her
shifts
abilities
for
are
Leather
do
Cow,
good
mostly
damage
buffs, but
anyway.
again, taking
Yeah.
away a little bit of that
Always
life.
gonna be
Wait, you just have
Yeah,
infinite
so
one,
when we
or
see the
you just
shift,
keep spamming your one
we'll
on
be sure to
Bologna.
clarify, which
Yeah.
direction it's going for Leather Cow in specific. We know that it's been out of the meta. We're trying to give it a little
You
bit
can
more
just
of that up
consistently
versus
get
a lot more
your
of that down, like for Death
2
Spell.
up.
Cool, and it
Yeah.
looks like we're kind of
And you're
ending
healing.
with the arrows actually, and a buff to
The
diamond.
mana.
Yeah, arrows.
Why
not
are you
as much as
buffing
Sigil
arrow?
There, so it's really
Yeah.
kind of just on
Why
the
are you
upside.
buffing
There's
arrow?
A little bit more gold generation from Gilded Arrow. We obviously want to be
Little
very,
No.
very narrow. on
Why
the
are you
damage
buffing
here.
arrow?
And start picking
And-
the
I can
game.
make a lot of money.
Why are you
Health and
buffing
spicy,
arrow?
we've got some penetration,
10%
physical, and magical
penetration.
diamond arrow.
The
That might
magical
change a lot of
ADCs
different
are
playstyles,
having
but it's
fun.
something upgrades,
High res.
you've got to
High res, we need to talk.
Yeah, it's something that you'll get to, but
Brother.
And then
This
ornate arrow getting
was
some basic attack
already
damage
one
as
of the
well as some
go-to
damage
items.
increases. So some
This shit was
decently sized
busted as
buffs for
fuck.
the
Why are you adding
no
pen?
healing at all affecting them.
Oh my god, wait, this just makes
Let's move into jungle starters,
magical
and it looks
ADCs
like all
more
of these are
busted,
seeing
no?
there's some shifts
Yes,
and some buffage
it
going on.
absolutely
Across
does.
basically a lot of them across the
Oh,
bombas
no.
and the mannequins.
That's
stuff
just
for sure.
gonna
in
make
Seer
them
jungle.
stronger.
What is
Yeah,
going
there's a lot
Although
on?
maybe
of
they're gonna
interesting stuff going
counteract
on
them.
in
They
the
said they're
jungle.
gonna
We've
try to
been
nerf
seeing
match
some people
ADCs,
going,
but
we've
that's
been seeing some people
direct
going
buff
Yeah,
blue
no, I
them.
remember I heard
Not
them saying
necessarily
that.
against
What
people
is going
going
on?
different items in the jungle, but we did want to make sure that because the general jungle star items are focused a
Oh
lot
wait,
around
it's a
that
Yorm
sustain and
buff
how they're keeping
because
it
arrow on
into making sure
Jormungandr.
they can
Oh, wait, that's
keep
a good
jungling
point.
efficiently.
You just get
We want to
pen
make
now.
sure that they're also getting
You
a little
do.
bit more value on top of that because we've seen that
Wait,
jungling might not be as
does any
difficult as it
starter
used to
item
be,
have
considering there
pen?
just weren't as many camps before.
Yeah.
Well, again, we also fixed a little bit of that going on in the conquest.
That's
changes
weird,
themselves,
isn't
it?
But we want to
That's
address that with
weird.
the items as well.
Yeah, so for almost every jungle item, starter
Wait,
item,
was that
they always
10%
have
pen
some
on the
health
starter
restore
plus
component,
the
so
2
basically
upgrades?
you're expecting
Oh, they all
shifts
just have
there, you're getting
10%
a
pen
little bit
now?
of power
I
back
think
in
that, yeah, they all have
compensation.
10%
And then
pen.
specifically for the eye
Kind
of
of wild.
jungle,
I think, I
you're
don't
getting
know.
just kind of some strict buffs.
Yeah.
I don't know
Awesome.
what
Sounds
they're
like an
doing.
excellent shift up, and again, the jungle's just been a crazy place. So seeing the
I do
shifts
like an
there,
eye. I
you
do
know,
like an
between
eye
those
buff though.
harpies and the new
be
Cyclops
honest.
camp. There's just a lot of moving and shaking.
Exactly.
So let's
You-
move into
well, we're
solo
about to
lane
see if
now.
you
Solo
actually
lane
do.
been not. I mean, I play solo lane. It can be an island sometimes. So there's a lot of changes happening there, not only with conquest but with the items. I mean, and Bluestone right off the bat, getting some touching.
Show it to me.
Nerf actually.
Yeah, this item has been showing up across the board in 3 different roles, you'd argue.
It's been
Almost
doing
4,
good.
if we're
Hi-Res.
going to count mid there.
It's been doing good.
Wait, I guess
So
this
we
is
wanna just
okay
make sure
because
we're
they
doing it
nerfed
accordingly, of
Warrior's
course, so
Axe.
that,
Bluestone's going to.
I
I'm
guess.
just like, oh, man.
No,
All
but
right.
you know
I'm
what?
sure. I'm just thinking about like my ranked
Insider
game
strats.
flashbacks.
Oh,
Like, you know what?
man.
There
I
is
don't
definitely
get it.
one.
Just the 5-stack
I
Bluestone.
don't
It'll be
fucking
fine.
get
Yeah,
it.
so we've been seeing this one doing a little bit of work again.
Why
This
are
isn't really fall into
you
that healing category,
nerfing the
but we'll see that a
weakest?
little bit later. So we're touching
Literally the weakest role.
Bluestone getting a little bit of damage
Oh,
decrease on
that's
that.
a good point.
Bluestone Brooch, the upgrade
We
is
just
also
saw that
getting
they're
a decrease
buffing.
on the damage
They're
dealt
buffing
base
jungle
and the
and
health
carry items.
percentage.
Carries do need
And
a
then, of
little
course, we
bit of
get to
help,
move
but not
forward
that much.
into our axes,
Junglers
as
in
they are
mid
getting
run.
the more
They're
healing
fucking
oriented
big dick
change.
in this
Yeah,
town.
those are also kind
Oh
my
my
God.
god, why
Yeah,
are
so
you
we were talking about
nerfing
here,
it
we were talking
even
about hunters,
more?
hunters
Nobody
are
buys
nerfing it
this.
again.
Again. It's
Nobody
bad.
buys
The
this.
community sentiment that proc damage is a little bit high.
Wait.
And, you know, we don't disagree.
Increased damage from projection. So
we
they
did
buff the
address some of
damage.
that, I think,
Okay.
a previous
This item can no longer trigger bonus damage off of other item damage.
We've gone back and forth on that
Will
one a little
only
bit.
trigger on
And, you know,
abilities.
we're obviously going to keep in mind where we are in this current state,
Yeah.
regardless of how this
Okay.
does with healing.
Oh.
proc damage is
Oh, yeah,
something that we're
okay, never
definitely
mind.
keeping an eye on. So
Why
there's a
would they
few different things.
nerf
For solo
Bluestone?
lane
If
specifically, it's going
anything,
to be the Bluestone.
I get they don't want like junglers and all that building
it,
it, so they can't really buff it. But like
and it's just something that I wanted to kind of mention overall now.
junglers are
that if
just
you think
good
that we
right
skipped
now.
anything, if you see
Okay,
these
so-
proc damage
Junglers are
items
so
that we
bad.
didn't
So
address
the
in
axe will
this
just do
patch
base
specifically,
damage
which we did
instead
do quite a
of
few, then you know
every
we
sundering
are
proc.
probably going to be considering it
And
for
then
future.
We're keeping an eye on it.
Always
damage,
looking
without
down
the
road.
bonus
Like,
damage
it's
from
crazy
items.
how many things can
And they
happen
also-
right
but they
now,
also
and then you
increased
ask, wow, so are you guys like
protection.
winding down?
Essentially,
Just finish this
from the
big
last
thing?
nerf
It's
and this
like,
nerf,
no.
Yeah.
What does that
it
even
has
mean? You're
had
just
a
chugging forward.
0.5
always chugging forward. So
damage
continuing to
nerf.
chug forward, we have physical lifesteal items,
whatever.
and starting off with Evolved Devourer's Gauntlet.
I don't know why you're nerfing anything in
This
this
one
solo.
is very, very fun.
Very, very
We've seen a
Devil's
bit of an
Gauntlet.
Aussie meta, and
Shit,
that's really cool because
okay.
Aussie got an
5
awesome change going into the
Physical
Five
season.
pen.
So I thought that was a really
Extra
really fun
5
nose shake up there because we had been
and
seeing Devos dominating a little bit before. But now it's going to be a little bit
Interesting.
equalized, right? Where the lifesteal
That's actually
component
big.
is not
Yeah, the only thing
as,
important here is the
different
pen.
as it was
The
before.
lifesteal
So you
is-
still get that really
I don't
awesome
know.
burst from Aussie.
They got
But
rid of
with
10%
Evolved Devos, you're now getting even
lifesteal.
more power and more
I
flat
mean,
pen. 15 flat
Power
pen on Evolved
plus
Devos, which
5
is
flat
lot.
pen.
a
That's a
lot.
lot.
for-
Yeah.
It's
Or
pretty
hunters.
exciting there. And again, kind of like we mentioned.
I mean,
there's going to
decreased
be some
lifesteal. I
shifts on
can
a
see
couple
people
things.
pairing
We
this
knew
up with
for
Aussie now,
physical
and it's actually
lifesteal,
fun because it used to be like you
like
build
said,
this
it's
with
kinda
Aussie,
tough
you already
with
have
Aussie,
plenty of
but
lifesteal
where
with
Yeah.
one or the
Devourer's
other.
gloves and some
I can see this
just
pairing
live
up
in a
with
world where
Aussie now
lifesteal
pretty
is
well.
worse,
Yeah.
right?
Have to see how much
Because Aussie
lifesteal you
that
actually get from
question,
this though.
with the magic
Because what is
tree
it?
as
That
well.
you have
If
15
lifesteal was
flat
just worse, some of
pen,
these items
70 power,
basically
and then
their
Aussie's
only
got 50
identity
power.
is lifesteal. How can we kind of shore that up?
Also,
So the
you,
Evolved,
like just from those two
Devourer's
items
Gauntlet
alone, you
takes
get a shit
power
ton of
and the pen,
power, you
but
get the
also
flat
Dev
pen
Gloves
you
is getting
need,
that little bit of love
the
too. In
attack
fact, you're going to be getting
speed,
the physical
all the
penetration per
lifesteal
stat
you'll ever need.
as you're like gaining the
Okay,
stats
as you're
all the way
building
to
up
as well.
evolution.
Yeah.
And
It
then
might
that
be good
bonus.
to
That's gonna be a nice
double up on
little
those now.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then Blood Forge is one of those items. A little bit
This
more
is
simpler
fun.
there. We're
Yeah.
gonna just be giving it some attack speed,
Which
for,
is
for
crazy.
the
Attack
time,
speed
what
on
you said,
Blood
yeah,
Forge.
for that item. And then there's going to be
What?
quite a few items as well
Um,
that are going to just be getting straight nerfs for now, and then
That's
we
so
can
weird.
readdress later on how they fall.
Okay,
into
now,
play.
okay,
And
so
again,
it's got,
even if we're not
how much
saying
power
that
is that? 60
these
power,
items
65
specifically are
power?
getting
Didn't it have
healingers,
70?
They're almost
70?
always
Yeah,
on
it's
the
got 70
graphic here that we have
power.
on screen thanks to our
It has,
production numbers.
what,
that
5%
these are all
movement
getting healing
speed? It has
adjusted. If you
movement
see it on
speed
the
and
screen there, if we're
attack speed
talking
on it
lifesteal,
now.
it's going down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I still think it's still
and
gonna
again,
be one of
all
those
the
items
update
that you
notes,
go
we
if
didn't
you're
wanna talk
ahead.
about every little thing.
I don't
so
see
we
it being
No, I know,
poor.
I know, I know.
The
I
bigger
know what you
ones
mean,
are
but
some
like,
of the ones
it
we
just
thought were more
has a bunch
important,
of weird
but there's a
stats on it
Yeah.
lot
now.
more than meets the eye to this. So
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that one, like that
Oh,
one
physical
item
life
somewhere that
steal,
we
others,
missed. Tier
Spike
2 is lifesteal
Gauntlet.
that we
Are those
forgot to
the,
actually bring it down
Yeah.
from like 3 to 2%.
Tier 1, Tier 2?
y'all will let us know. There will be people DMing me like, "Hey, you spelled this wrong in the update notes." By the way, I mean, it's hard. Listen, you can unlock your scroll wheel, flick it, and then like I don't know, go
what's going on
bake
here?
a cake and come back, and then you did.
Soul Leader. Oh, they're changing Aussie around.
True. All right, so a lot of stuff in physical
Which is
lifesteal. Let's move
warranted.
on to magical lifesteal as well. And we would just, I guess, there's kind of a note here at the
Oh
beginning.
no,
to
those
talk
are
a
the things
little
in the
bit about
patch notes they changed.
Mage
Okay, they said
ADC
they're not going to
nerfs
go
in
over
general.
everything,
So
so we
what's
have
the
to go
vibe
in
with that?
in the
Right, so
patch
we
notes
talked a little
ourselves
bit
and
earlier with like purple buff.
check it
being
out.
Yeah.
changed, maybe
That's
some
interesting.
stuff we
So
talked-
I need
we
to
had
see
some
how
arrow
that
changes
how
before that kind of were
Yeah.
like
that could
fixes
change the
and
meta
kind of
depending
life,
if they nerf
from
Aussie and they
previously.
buff
Mage
Devos the way they
ADCs
did.
we've seen with this new season, with this new year, kind of overtaking hunters a little bit, which has also been kind of interesting, right? It was
Yeah, it's
like
been neat.
no mages or mage ADCs, only like double hunters going into the end of last year, and then it's
Yeah.
like where are the hunters gone? We saw a couple of them in the
And then
tournaments, yeah, and then we
other
saw
way around.
a lot of mage ADCs.
Because you
Explain.
buffed. You
between
made
all the
one
changes that we
good
made
buff
previously,
to mage
specifically here,
ADCs and other
a couple
OP.
of mage ADC nerfs.
And you decided to
There's also going
buff
to be
the
just more
fuck out
shifts
of
like
one
we
of their
talked about.
best
So,
items too.
the mage
Arrow.
ADCs and the god list, once we get to there, they may not be getting as many buffs as they could in compensation for their lifesteal and healing nerfs. So that's kind of one thing. But also, two, mage ADCs tend to rely on lifesteal almost as like an archetype of their item build
Yeah.
paths.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's the rings, whether it's like Bancrofts or Typhons or the glyphs there, we
Not always.
understand that they specifically, the 4 or 5
Chiron's
that
an
are out
exception
there,
to that.
or
Yeah.
that
Strong.
build path if you want to just build
Oh,
beside
not,
as
not
mage
Chiron,
ADCs,
Yeah.
Chronos.
technically
My
can,
bad.
are probably going to be relying on lifesteal. So, we have very much kept that in mind when thinking about the fact that we want to be careful with how much we nerf them.
Yes.
Because we're hitting kind of like 3 different ways of nerfing them all at the same time.
Yeah.
We don't want to like double or triple down on anything specifically.
Awesome. Well, good to know moving forward, and moving forward we
Okay.
are. Typhon's Fang getting a little bit of a change up, like
Yeah,
a lot of things.
This is like the quintessential
wow.
lifesteal
Ooh,
item.
150.
Other than
It is.
Bancrofts, this
Ooh,
item does amplify
Oh.
your lifesteal
Increased
proportionally.
power.
So this is like
Oh.
the item to adjust basically for all of
Whoa.
our lifestealing mages.
Okay.
So the cost is going
An
down
extra-
quite
20%
dramatically.
I
And-
saw that. I was like, holy
Very
fish
far,
base. What
150
the?
gold.
What is
But
that?
it's also going to be losing that 10%
Okay, so
healing,
more
from
power,
lifesteal,
15 more
as well as
power,
5%
it's cheaper,
lifesteal
and
itself.
10%
So
more.
those
10
changes are really impactful, which means that we're
decreased
also
healing
going to
from
increase the
lifesteal from
penetration from
25
10% to
15.
20% to make sure that those mages that are wanting
Decreased
to build more
lifesteal
into that
from 15
lifesteal
to 10.
to get
This
that
was an
extra,
item that like was
lifesteal
only really
amplification from this
beneficial
item
if you were going
are able
full
to
on
at least
fucking
kind of
lifesteal.
compete,
Other than
Yeah.
this,
because
it
again,
wouldn't really
this
go.
is
Even then, it
losing
was
a
kind
lot
of
of
used
that
better shit.
extra
I
flair
think
that
this
it
is
once
a
had
good
because
item
of the
now.
brawling mechanics. But again, it's
It's a
getting a
very-
lot
this-
of really
stats
awesome
on this are
compensation
fucking
between
insane.
that
Look
cost,
at it.
between the power,
Yeah,
and
this
between
is
the
actually
pack
kind of
increase,
good
that
as
this is
against
gonna be
Charons
pretty
now. How much
powerful
power
item.
does Charons
New
have?
This
mage
has
20%
this is the third
pendulum.
item now
Yeah,
that
it's
kind
has
of just like a
20%.
thing
It
to
was.
think about, 'cause there's
There
only
used
been,
to
like,
always
2
be
options before.
Chirons and
Now, a third
Opshard.
one
Now you
even
got
that's
Typhons in
Yeah.
here.
introduced definitely could change way mages build.
Yeah,
Yep.
get the build path all
Wait a
shook up.
minute, it's
Excellent.
way
So, there
easier
are
for you
other
to get a
things
lot
we'll
of
kind rattle
percent
off
pen
some of
on
the other
magical
changes
ADCs
happening
now.
under the magical
Between
lifesteal.
like
Yeah, but the
Talons,
problem is
Great
that it's
Volleys,
still
Great
like
the
250
Magus,
gold
the Trinket Tree,
more.
Oh,
whether it's Pythax, Soul
shit.
Gem,
Yeah.
the
Poly,
Bancroft,
Spear the
it
Magus
differs.
nerf,
Yeah.
Bancroft is
I
kind of
like
like
Poly
Pythax,
nerf.
built alongside
Talons.
I
Yeah.
hope they just
or
nerf
very
the damage
specifically,
by just a little
especially
bit. Don't
with
nerf
the
the
glyphs in mind
passive.
for mage ADCs.
Soul Gem
That one's also
shift.
getting a little bit of a spicier shift with the floor actually
Uh-oh.
being increased.
Or
for
they
when
just
you're
not gonna
hitting
show
the
it?
I don't know why they're doing
max
this.
Okay,
of,
that's nice.
Because
of
there's just so
power
many
and the lifesteal.
changes.
I
So
guess,
that
but
one
telling you.
you may not have to go all the way down to like.
I think at
10
the
to
end, during
Yeah.
actually
we'll
max
include it in
out.
the
Very
video
good amount of
too. I guess.
one's
kinda nice.
We
Good
should
trade
just go onto the
item. All right,
website
well, cool
and
stuff.
go through it there
And
too.
again, all of the stuff on update notes, y'all know this. I'm beating it into the ground. So let's get into some more general balance. Obviously, a lot of what we focus on is healing related because that's the theme, but there is some general balance in here as well. Starting with the way the teleport fragment works, actually. So teleport's just kind of in general getting a nerf, it looks like. for
Right.
solo
So
laner.
I feel like we.
20.
Why?
Why are
So
you
many different
nerfing
subsets.
solo
it's
lane?
all over the
Gameplay.
place.
So we were just talking about healing, right? Healing
What
is
is
now in the
wrong
box. We're
with
putting box
you?
over here. Let's talk about solo.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about solo.
Wait, I wanna hear what they say.
Solo lane section.
You know, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff in healing as well. It's going to
Yeah.
have massive implications for
Oh,
the
yeah,
solo lane.
that's
Why are you
across the
nerfing
board.
We're going to just address a few things here, which is, making sure that solo lane feels interesting. Teleport may seem like a small thing, but just, we've seen the prevalence being extremely high, the purchase rate for teleport being extremely high. So
Yeah.
we just want to make
It's
sure
the
that there's a little
only
bit less
item.
safety
It's
and
the only role that buys
always
that
getting
item.
freely back to your lane via
Yeah.
teleport.
Yeah.
We know
Are they
that we'll
trying to
have some,
predict
knock-on
solo lane
effects
to be
for, like,
way better
casual
because
players
of
like
all
me,
these
you know?
changes?
I buy it regardless of whether it's in meta or not.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to
I
get back
don't
to
think
lane.
I'm gonna
Like,
get
I'm
picked out.
teleport,
I
I'm
wanna
gonna
is.
get
get
back out.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
Um, the
important
only
thing
lane
to
that
note here is
buys
that this
teleport.
is to increase the diversity of what we see. For those players that are confident in their
Oh
lane,
my
What do you mean?
God,
What
I
diversity?
don't-
There's if solo doesn't
Why
buy
don't
it, who else is gonna
okay.
buy it?
like a
You
shell
know, you
or
know
a med
what
or
else is
even
really
something like a
bought more
bracer
than
if you
any
really
other
feel
relic?
like you wanna
Beads
just
and Aegis?
bump
Are
out
you
that
gonna
edge
nerf
and
those
try to
next?
kill the enemy.
Between
Literally
the
every
teleport,
role,
between
every
the map
squishy
changes
role,
that I think we
junglers
talked about, if
fucking
not,
build
Patch
it,
Notes,
fucking
Patch
mids
Notes,
build
stuff
it,
like that.
Yeah.
A few
Ares
other
build
small
it. You're gonna
things,
nerf
like,
beads and
we're gonna
Aegis?
go
I
into
guess
Honey
not,
Hunter's Guard,
right?
where
Please
we've
do.
done a shift here. We've
Why
increased
are
the
you
health, we've
nerfing
decreased
soul
the
laners? They're
damage
already
per
weak
stack,
as
because
fuck.
another thing that's alongside all of this is
50
the
extra
I like
health.
this.
mitigation
Oh my
argument that,
fucking
we
god.
addressed a little
God.
bit before.
Although,
We're gonna
actually,
keep our
wait,
eyes
yeah,
on
they're.
continuously
Why are you?
how
You're
the
nerfing
engagement
it
is
even
being
more.
that's
You're
something that we might see
nerfing
a little bit more in future
it got
updates.
reverted. It's the
But
way it
just
used to
another
be.
place we're
Yeah,
gonna
No
be
one's
but they
gonna
also
build
need.
it
They need to
anymore.
nerf true
kind of
damage.
the last thing here is Frostbound Hammer and Runeforged Hammer kind of being tweaked items that we did in Season 1 are actually
Yeah.
going to get buffed up
Yep.
because
Oh
the
wow,
nature is
you're
that
actually
it seems
buffing
like a lot of warriors, a lot of soul laners are
something.
going very,
I was
very high
expecting them to
defensive
buff
items
soul
kind of to
laners.
start out their builds. So So we want to
Leave
make
it
sure
to
that there's a
high-res
lot
to
of good
fuck things up.
comparative
They-
offensive
they-
items. So if
oh
you
my
wanna,
God, they were
if
the
you see
least-
the enemy going kind of like a breastplate or something
the
early,
least
you want to go
impactful
kind of
role.
reforge and go more of an aggressive build.
Yeah.
You have that option to kind of bully them out for a little period of time before you flex your build paths.
Yeah, and especially considering the changes to teleport and all the value that you get in those camps as well, it's going to be more
I think
important
people are
than
just
ever.
complaining
RBs
too
and,
much
like,
about,
there's
oh, we
so
can't
many
kill
different
soul
things.
eaters.
There's
They're
so
building
many,
the mitigation build. Well,
side
guess what?
changes
Soul
there
eaters
that,
also couldn't really
we wanna
do
kinda, again,
anything
do-
either because
do
they
a
didn't
few
do any
different
damage. They
things
were
and
just
different
there.
methods to kind of
Yeah.
affect each part of the game.
Yeah, we're looking at it holistically here and trying to make sure that every aspect is getting adjusted in some way here.
Right.
And it feels like it definitely is. So we're packaging up Solo Lane, putting that box over here. Let's get into a little bit of general ADC stuff with Fail Not having a bit of
Thanks
a
for
change.
mutilating
Yeah,
my
so this
Volve.
is, we kind of preempted a little bit earlier in
A little
Venom
bit, yeah.
Deathbringer losing that kind
They
of
added 10% damage
damage output
Output
debuff, and it's
output
actually going to be
reduction.
going on the mark of Fail Not.
Okay.
So Fail Not an item that,
Weird.
I mean, it's
I don't know.
slightly niche.
That's
depending
so
on what
weird.
character you
It's
are.
dependent.
I was like getting in like Dunsborough or Cupid.
Hey,
but,
that's pretty
you know,
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a
now it's
percent
gonna
of
get a
someone
little bit
else's
better.
damage
It's
is getting
a small
nerfed.
buff.
Why?
That's where it
Small
is.
buff, and along with
How
some
long does
other
it
things
last?
Like Transcendence, Demon Blade,
Well, I have to look at
Boomerang,
the,
Griffin Wing, all kind of
Oh,
also
the
getting
actual,
some
yeah.
shifts. A lot of buffs,
Exactly.
actually.
Oh, wow, look
so-
at all
Yeah,
these
mostly
ADC
buffs
buffs.
for
Transcendence
hunters.
buff,
We've heard you
Boomerang
guys feel
buff.
Like hunters are in
ADCs get a new item.
not so
That's
great spot, and we see
that's
the
really
data to
good.
support that
Like
as
the
well. So we wanna
healing.
make sure that you guys
ADCs
are
are
getting a
gonna
lot more to
be
play with here, and it could be
broken.
any of these items, or again,
Where are the
that
mage
shield
nerfs?
reduction coming onto Envenom Deathbringer.
Yeah, so all kinds of different, again, approaching from all the angles. So moving on.
I guess we'll have to
to
check the notes. They
friend
did
of the
nerf a
ADC,
bunch
we
of
have the
items before.
support.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
best friends.
heroism getting a little bit of a touch up.
Yeah, as a
Again,
hero
you
is
just
on
did.
the Team, you will be my best friend.
Oh,
So,
okay. You ain't-
this is just kind of
Oh,
getting a
that's
buff
sort
to
of
go
just
in,
a passive that was on
line
the
with
others.
other,
That's fine.
support star items that get extra gold per 5 when you upgrade them. So this is more so of a fix than really
Yeah,
a buff.
heroism
Yeah.
spell
I think it was
like
supposed to be
Yeah,
like that.
both of
Maybe
those
wasn't
these
giving
guys
it to you.
doing that.
added to them.
Yep.
Cool. And then we
Fine.
continue the trek onward, and we're getting into now a little bit more of general balance. And well, for mage, I guess we've been doing that for everybody, but now we're
When
in
are you
the
gonna
mage
fix
realm,
this
going around
broken
mid
item,
lane, and we're
this
looking at
weird
Divine Ruin, having some
item?
power scaling changes around.
Right. So this is kind of that
Okay,
other
okay.
side of the proc damage coin that we were
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
We saw that on warriors and solo
That's
laners a
warranted.
lot
I
more.
like that.
Mages are the other kind of
Divine
classes
Rune
who
was
like that a
OP
lot.
with its
And so
passive.
there's also kind of just this
Yeah.
argument between where are mages
Cutting
strong,
the extra damage in
you know,
half
once
too.
they get
That'll
both and
that'll
Tablet
definitely
of
do
Destiny's
something.
online, but then we've kind
Good.
of nerfed those builds, and where can we play around with
I would
mage
say
builds is
Tablet
kind
even
of
needs
where
to
the
get a
question is.
slight
So,
nerf
two things
again.
here, Divine
Yeah.
Ruin and
Another
Soul Gem
slight
are
nerf,
going to
it's
get
still
the
very
block
good.
damage decreased.
Yep.
If they keep
and we
nerfing
want to
solo,
make
it's
sure
gonna
that they have
be
mages
you're
as
gonna
a
need an
whole
even
kind of
bigger
get
nerf on
a few
tablet.
new things to play around with.
They
a few
should not
old
have
things to play around
changed
with.
Oni
Yeah,
once
we're
regard.
together.
Yeah.
It was in a good. It
Two
was in
more
a
kind
good
of getting
spot.
some buffs there. It's a little bit of shift
This is a
technically.
big buff.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is,
big
yeah.
buff here. So you're
It's a
gonna be
good buff.
the mana is gonna be removed, but we're adding
10?
10% magical
10.
penetration, and we're each
And look
increasing
at the
that base
6% movement
from 4%
speed
to
per
6%,
stack.
and
Got
there's
rid
a
of the
couple of
mana.
other
Still
Nobody cares
don't-
about the mana.
Ratatouille, Calamitous, Perfected Ratatouille, just
Nobody's.
the
I still don't think this is gonna. Nobody's. I don't think anybody's gonna buy it. It's too. It's too expensive.
All getting buffs, mostly again to just make sure that
Well,
we're moving
a
away from
Hebo
proc damage, if
jungler would
that's the thing
probably
that has made
disagree.
mages a little bit too strong. we're giving them kind of
Magical
new things to
junglers are
shore
probably
up
gonna because
the
it's
weaknesses
more
that they have.
movement speed
Especially with
and
all the hunter shifts
Yeah,
and
but they-
buffs that
thing
they've
with
been getting.
Yeah,
Doomor
we
was
wanna
like
make
it
sure that,
fucking
you
didn't
know,
give you any pen.
we
Now
don't
it
want
has
mages to be too
10%
powerful.
pen.
We don't want
Yeah, but
anybody
it's
to
still
be
not
too
gonna
powerful. It's
like
just all about the
the build. The people that we're gonna build. Maybe like
Trying
a couple
to
of gods,
trying to
but
build,
like
you know, you might
Poseidon
like this
and the
Doomor build,
Morgan
but
were the only ones that
not
really
this
bought
Doomor.
it.
It's
Yeah.
been a bit.
It's gonna be better on
We've
them,
seen
I
already
guess.
Doomor,
Yep,
so
exactly.
No, I wouldn't
maybe
build
now's
it
the
in a
time.
mid. If
Little
I was
Doom
mid, I
Lord
would never
action.
build it.
Alright,
But if I was
well,
like a
cool.
magical
So
jungler,
that's done
then
it for
that looks
items.
like a really
Again,
good item
as
to
y'all
me.
might have noticed,
The only
didn't
two
get
magical
in depth with every
jungler.
single one of them. You know, we shared
Athena
some very
too.
important things, but there's a
Not
lot
really
of info you can
though.
still go read in the update notes.
Well,
But
not
we got some
now,
gods to
but
talk about now. And the first god, who has been, I imagine a lot of y'all have thought about this, a hot topic
Surtur.
for a healing update, and that's Aphrodite.
Oh,
So
trolling.
I mean, there are a ton of changes here to Aphrodite. It looks like most abilities are getting a touch in one way or another, so let's just dive
oh
right into it.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Aphrodite again is like our what would you call it? Our poster healer.
Yeah,
Poster
Right.
It does
child.
barely
So
any
a couple-
damage.
I feel like you could just do like a,
It's
I
like
don't if it's a bingo card.
It's like
Italian
Thor
reference,
2.
Interrupting. We're like, before we get into
Yeah,
this,
but before that.
Clumsy's preamble.
All
I'll let
right,
you
go
finish,
on.
Clumsy's
but-
preamble section is a few of these gods that we're starting with are going to be kind of like the
Oh,
assault healer tier list. We can almost
They're
call it.
buffing
Like, that's
tank
how
aphro.
humans would see it. For us, it's really just like the best healers of the game. So whether it's the tier 1 healers being kind of like
50% of
Aphrodite
their
and Hell,
MP5.
going down, I think Emoji's in there as well. Tier 2
And
healers, which is the
protections.
first section of
Yep,
this,
they're
is going
buffing
to
tank,
kind of be in that
aphro.
order, and we are going to go through, I think, all tier 1 and tier 2 healers. Unlike what we did for items where we kind of
Or Bruiser
Oh.
Afro. Bruiser Afro was already really annoying.
The most interesting
in terms of
ones. So,
joust.
Sure.
Aphrodite being one of
You're
our
giving
best
her a
ones.
Yeah, for
skin
sure.
and then
Okay,
also
so
making
shall
her
we
base
begin
get
with the list?
more
All
annoying
right,
than it
so,
already was.
some of you
Good
may
job,
have seen on
Hi-Rez.
Twitter yesterday. A little
Ooh.
spoiler
spoilers,
moment.
yes.
Kiss now does damage to gods only, which is a very exciting change. This again will, you know,
Minions get no love.
minions get no love,
not
man.
even a little bit.
Unfortunate.
Sorry, little guys. Maybe next time. Not today. Aphrodite's getting a lot of other change on top of it as well.
Yeah.
So
A lot.
damage, number one. She
Hmm.
also shares 50% of her MP5 and 20% of her physical and magical protections with her soulmate instead of sharing the mana
It's
regeneration,
rough.
which is very, very cool. I think this
Yeah.
is a really interesting direction to take her, especially for
This
the
doesn't
person who
change
are tank
anything
Aphrodite.
about
Support
her
Aphrodite not troll anymore?
Nope.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Question.
Like we
uh,
said, the more
damage.
the more you kind of
Guess
relied
it's like
on healing
okay,
before, whether it's
but-
for yourself or for your
Oh my
allies,
Yeah.
god.
the more changes you're going to get. And these two, specifically these two tier 1 healers, are going to get the largest amount of that because we wanted to make sure
So,
that if you
you
identify
build
yourself as
Aphro with
only an Aphrodite healer,
Sentinels,
Yeah.
now you have just new
plus,
ways of
like,
playing Aphrodite that
fucking
doesn't just rely
any
on
other
that
item
playstyle
that gives like
so
thieves
heavily.
and
Oh, yeah.
or
now the Lynx teammate
prophetic,
getting MP5,
and then you
which,
also
again,
kiss
kind of
them.
was what you had before with the mana
How
restoration.
many
It's kind of just an
protections
easier
does
way
your
of doing that now.
Yeah.
does your
It's
squishy
more
have?
consistent.
It's more consistent. You're not just
Well,
doing, like,
20% of
like
like, let's just say max, the max you can get
and
through
300
2025.
You're around
Oh, there
300
she
of
is.
So
these.
60,
Yeah,
65.
there's more. Let's move on to ability number
Oh,
3.
Just with this-
Love birds,
plus-
because we've got
plus
a
all
change
the
in this as
Oh,
well
plus the
where
passives.
heal's going down,
Oh.
of course. Talked about that. No more
Heals-
magical
heals are always
scaling
going
as
down.
well. But this ability now provides a flat 0.25
Wait,
second ability cooldown reduction per tick to self and allies, including on this ability.
Yes.
Ooh.
What?
For herself, this is just a flat cooldown reduction. On this ability, it's 2. So, we specifically, I want to call this out because I know we could question ourselves. We specifically didn't increase the cooldown on this ability to compensate
Wait,
for the
decrease
cooldown reduction
heal
it's
per
getting.
tick
That was kind of purposeful. It seemed like a
to
good area
21
just
plus
also
2
just
per level.
yeah,
Okay.
just
They
And
did it,
again,
increase
we're
the
keeping an
heal,
eye on this
but
as
now
well,
it
because
gives
this is a
you
really spicy
and your
change as well.
allies
We're excited to see
0.5
what kind of plays
per
you guys
tick
make with
of
things like
cooldown
that.
reduction.
But that's not
That's
all.
not
We've
it.
still got
That's
more.
not
Wait, this ability
all.
numbers
How
a
about we talk
flat
about
sec
some more?
2.
Oh yeah, we've got
Point.
ultimate
Yeah.
time, undying love.
Reduction.
So kind of to change
Sorry.
up the thought process here a bit. So using your kiss on a non-ally while you're linked to an ally provides a buff of jealousy,
Yes.
and that increases your power. So now we have an additional way to obtain jealousy other than going off and kissing someone else. Is you've got you are able to do it when you ult as well. So not only is this a safety mechanic, it's also a buff mechanic.
Okay.
So jealousy will now refresh if it's already applied, or it will apply 5 seconds of it anytime that Aphrodite ults to herself and to her soulmate.
Yeah, that's really cool because
That
it
is
allows
cool.
you as the Aphrodite a way to gain the power buff
Okay.
without actually being linked to an ally.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
if you're just completely by yourself in mid lane or
And this
wherever
is
you
her
are,
ult, right?
and you just pop your ulti, you're just getting solo jealousy.
Yeah.
It's just
Awesome.
pretty good.
Oh
It's a lot of
no.
There's a lot of power. So yeah, a lot of crazy changes going on there. And we have a lot of changes with another healer as well. Hell, another popular in the healing space.
And,
Another-
But hold on,
You just get
quick tiny lesson
20%.
on the previous one.
Oh
This is
my
like it's
God.
not a preamble, it's like a post-amble.
a post-amble. All right.
As we mentioned, that magical power scaling and power scaling as a whole is going to be pretty much removed from
Uh-huh.
all healing, abilities. Only a few select healers, I think these are one of the only two, are going to be gaining per level increases on their healing.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Lovebirds will be getting +2 per level. All the other gods of the game, for the most part, are actually just getting the per rank. So the best gods that required kind of demanded the most amount of healing are getting at least a little bit of compensation.
Okay.
Wait, so
that
other
makes
gods
sense.
aren't
For those
getting
that
the
were
plus
kind of
level?
built
Only
around
2?
healing,
Only a
you
couple?
have that naturally getting better at healing as you
Exactly.
level thing. So,
So like
all right,
Bacchus
cool.
doesn't get
So
level
next up,
based
we
healing?
have a preamble about Hell, and then we're going to talk about
Okay.
Hell.
Might be based
No,
on of your
preamble on
level,
Hell was
like
the
your
same one
level
I did
1
for
result
Aphrodite,
20.
but I
You're gonna
guess
repeat yourself.
and
me
then there's
saying
also,
this
like,
right now is
leveling up
like
the
the
ability,
clarification.
your
All right,
healing
all
goes
right,
up.
all right.
It's
So go
almost
ahead.
like get into
So
it.
hell
Like,
again.
I need to be the one quiet here. So
Hell, again, another one of our poster chines of healing, you might say.
Oh,
so
hell.
she is getting
sure.
a bunch of changes as well. First up, stance
Okay.
attunement, which
Nice.
is her passive. In the light stance now, instead of getting increased healing, you are now applying 8% power reduction to enemies in the area, which also scales up depending on how attuned you
yeah,
are
so
Yeah.
going
that
all the way
stance.
0
Yeah.
to 8%.
Yeah, 0
Okay.
to 8% to better clarify
a
on that.
Big nerf,
This
but
effect,
okay.
again, scales up as you're attuned to the stance, but that is the first thing. The second thing is on decay, which is the
I don't
dark
care about
stance
power reduction.
1
Power
with the
reduction means
explosion.
nothing to
This
me.
now
Oh!
Which
Woohoo.
copies the same behavior as the light stance one.
Yep.
So
Oh,
gameplay-wise,
baby.
that is,
which also
that's
it's a buff,
a
obviously, but it also
huge.
just makes
Anything
it
that
feel a
has to
little
do
more
with your
intuitive. You don't need to be
the
like, oh, I'm
fucking
in this
god
stance, and
mechanics,
it goes through
the
walls and
ability
distance and
mechanics
doesn't.
like this.
Now it's
That's
doing the same
huge.
thing.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool.
And speaking
That's
of doing the
huge.
same
That's
thing,
crazy.
we've got
You
the
could
light
just-
stance one, restoration.
Okay, pause it
So,
real
of
quick.
course,
Pause it real quick.
heals-
Real quick. That's such a fucking huge buff because there's so many guys where it's like you have like Baba, even in Conquest. Hell's not really that good in Conquest because like most mages, like when you're in the jungle, you just throw out you can just throw out abilities. Like Bobby, you could throw out your abilities over the walls and hit people.
Yeah.
Hell, most if not all of our abilities, actually no, none of our abilities. You have to be like you have to be looking at them. They have to. You basically need to be staring at each other for you to be able to do damage. That's huge.
Yeah.
You be able to do that. If somebody jumps over a wall and you can fucking finish them off with that, that's huge.
Yeah.
What's going down here?
Yep.
You know, gotta be clear on that, and
So,
also getting
yeah.
the
5
third
per
level,
level, which
healing,
is
like you mentioned for Aphrodite as well, because this
better
is so
than
intense.
Aphros,
Let's get it.
Jesus.
I'll stand to 2 minutes. Anyway,
60.
this ability now also damages and passes through minions.
yeah.
As
Oh.
well as when you hit an ally with this ability, it gives you a mana heal
saw
on top
this.
of it.
Yes.
And that also
Wait,
can also
mana?
apply to the ally that you hit. But
Yeah, it gives
again,
you
this
mana.
mana heal is
Oh,
only when you hit an
okay.
ally. This is not on hitting an enemy. You don't get any restoration for that. When you hit an ally,
I
you
like that you
yourself
can
get
do
the
the fact
smaller
that you
heal,
can clear wave with
as
this though.
well
though.
as
is
Yeah, I
sick.
know.
Yep, exactly.
You can
So
clear
again,
weight with this now?
More ways of affecting others around you that aren't just healing.
So
and
you
that's
can
gonna be
throw this
seen again
out
in the next ability.
Yeah, and
Yes.
minions still get no love.
Past
Alright,
the
cool.
weight, past the
All right,
walls.
are
and
we
then now
ready
you
for
can
the
actually get
third thing? The
minions.
third
That's the
thing,
third thing.
inspire.
Uh-oh.
Is that the third thing? No, that's actually the fourth thing. I'm really good at counting
Decrease
everyone.
self-heal.
Inspire. Of course,
Okay,
less
that's
healing here.
Yep.
Heal
But
What it
you're
is.
also getting that
Decrease
her level
ally
ability heal.
heal.
This is also affecting her minion heal.
Okay, makes
And
sense.
additionally,
also
the buff
affects
on
ally
yourself
minion
and allies now
heals.
includes a 20% attack speed buff for the
Whoa!
duration
Oh,
of
and
that,
allies.
heal over time,
They
movement
schmoovin'.
speed as well.
Whoa!
So
Oh,
it's
no.
almost, depending
Why
on
are
the
they
circumstances,
doing
you
this?
wanna
They're like
argue that
making.
it might be more important to proc
Wait,
that for the
support
attack speed
hell?
buff than
That's what I'm
it is
saying.
Yeah.
They're just
the
making
heal
it to where they want
itself.
to
You
make me
kind of
build
just do ways
tanky,
to
even though I already
avoid,
am.
with that same gameplay.
Yeah,
Support
adds a
hell.
second
Wait a minute.
circumstance
That's
instead
like
of
a
just
fucking. How
throw
much
the
is
heal out. It's
Fafnir
now
buff?
like,
I
well,
don't
I could
remember.
heal or I could pop it
like
right away, get that
a lot,
auto
though.
attack.
Exactly.
So again, like
20%
you've been
is
saying,
pretty
a
big.
lot.
alternate pathways.
That's
I
what
like
Shogun
that. I like
Last
it.
thing, promise, just one more thing.
Oh my god.
This one's really
Especially
This
when
is
it's right off
really
the bat.
If you
So
build it,
switch stances,
build
which is her ultimate
Shoguns
ability,
with her, it's
is now getting a
fucking
decreased cooldown from
45,
2 seconds to
50%
1
attack speed.
second, and this is mostly to line up with our other
Whoa!
Wait, you can just
stance
spam it even
switchers
more
that
than you
have that 1
usually
second
do.
cooldown. Hell had a 2-second cooldown, which
Oh,
made it a little bit more
wow.
difficult for you to really get in that flow
Yeah, no,
state.
Hell's
I
gonna
know
be
a lot
really
of,
good.
Oh
players
no.
of Hell
Hell's
will
gonna
say,
be
I'm
like
just kind
I
of
think
pressing my
in the
buttons.
meta.
Now you can press it a little bit faster.
Even in
to
Conquest,
get
I think she's
the
S tier now.
This is really
No,
to
she's gonna be S
mirror
tier. This is
most of those other stance switchers.
Same with
which are
Aphro.
already,
Oh,
you
no.
know,
Pause it real quick.
rulers and
Pause it
characters that already
I don't really know too much about Aphro being in S tier. She is gonna be a bit more annoying. She is very good. Hell, okay, she's got mechanical changes now. Where the fact that you can kill people over walls now is absolutely insane. The healing is getting nerfed very slightly. It seems not that big of a deal. The attack speed to your carries or your teammates, the fucking oh my god,
That's pretty
when you
good. I
switch
just don't know
them, it's
how. I
really
don't know.
had that 1 second.
Exactly.
really good.
Awesome.
Consistent, but it's a buff. It'll feel good.
Oh
It will.
yeah.
It does feel good. It does feel good. I promise.
Yet
They would know.
another
These
buff
are our
to match
playtest
the lady
gurus,
sees.
so
They
when they're like, it
they
feels
buffed
good,
them.
it's
The
'cause
the
they've
buff
fixed it.
in regards to those
So, alright,
healing,
well,
like
cool.
Aphro
So
and
we're
Hell,
gonna
is just
continue
tank
moving down the
wise and
list.
support wise.
Umoja, as to be expected, getting
Alright,
some
Clumsy.
changes in a
There you
healing
go.
patch.
Now's your time.
There you
Okay,
go.
good
That's how you
motion.
preferably play them
I'm
anyway.
trying to think how
Okay.
long I want my
Better.
preamble to be here over
fine.
my explanation.
Like
So-
30 minutes or less.
Umoja is the last of the tier 1 healers.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, when you compare Umoja to Hell and Aphrodite, she actually relies on healing the least.
Yeah.
We've already changed kind of the healing amplification on her kind of passive basic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing she has is Mending Waters that does shielding as well as healing.
Uh-huh.
You know, there were discussions on whether we even thought it would be as important to have this be a healing ability at all. Like maybe that's the shift we do. We just go crazier gameplay changes because Umoja, obviously, you know, everyone at High Res on the design team, we're all well aware of how she performs.
The
right?
paradox.
The paradox that is
Paradox.
Umoja. And
Oh yeah.
so this, hopefully this will satisfy you guys. Maybe it won't, but
What are
all
you
we're doing
doing?
for Umoja is actually going to be doing small healing decreases. Again, getting rid of that scaling.
Okay.
It's going to be a flat amount. She's not even
Get
going to
rid
be
of
getting
her Omi.
that per level increase. We're increasing her shield health. We're increasing the damage on the AO2. It's all very focused on the AO2,
Okay.
but on that second ability. But we really want to keep our eyes on her, and this is kind of our way of just saying, like, hey, you know, we are happy with Umoja. We
Yeah.
know that there's a world where she doesn't necessarily need heavy level reworks, but we are very, very curious to see in this new healing world how she actually shifts in her gameplay. Because
Yeah.
again,
Yeah,
she
that's a
doesn't
pretty
actually rely on
significant
healing as much
increased
as other
damage.
healers.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is important, but there's going to be a lot of changes going on with all of healing, and let's see how this shakes
increase
out.
the
Because again,
shield
it's not just the healing on her, but it's also with the world with a shield.
guess that
around
kinda
her.
balances
that's
the
That can
damage
also
or the
affect
healing.
damage in a negative way.
Yeah.
So that's
Relatively
almost another
significant.
nerf that we need to keep in mind of as well. So
I think it's
again, this is
fine.
just kind of our
I think it's
our
anything
it's
strategy to
changing,
say, like,
like
we
game
understand
changing.
No,
Mojo
really
is
changes.
an
I don't. I
interesting
think it's
point of
actually a
contention.
slight nerf, if
And we're
anything.
going to continue
Very
keeping
slight.
extremely heavy eyes on her to see how the best way to move forward with her in.
Where's the Sylvanas
Cool.
buff?
Awesome. Well, sounds
Mhm.
sounds good. And again, I mean, yeah, like with everything, we'll
Sylvanas
be
gets a
keeping an eye
movement
on
ability.
how they work in the game, what the community feels, and the feedback we get from y'all.
You could
So
jump.
send
What
it
if-
our
what if
way.
he,
It's an
instead of
incredibly
grabbing
valuable
them,
source
he-
of helping us
he just
fine-tune
grabbed them
some of
and
these
then
crazy
he
big
moved closer to
changes.
them.
So,
And
nice.
I think that was
What if
important because some of
Sylvanas,
these
like
tier 2
Anubis
healers
one,
Oh.
he
are
are
wasn't
getting some
stuck in
really
place
spicy
when he
stuff,
was
and I
pulling?
didn't want
You could
anyone to
fucking
think that we
move around,
forgot
shift, and
about
kind of.
Emojo
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Mhm.
It just, we wanted to make sure
Like
that
a
before we
Maui.
do any crazy spicy changes to Emojo, we knew the
Kinda.
right direction where she was
But,
going
like,
to go. Because she's
The
kind of
long,
just the hardest
the long
Long
grab
arm,
time's
yeah.
still there, so you
So,
can aim
let's get
as
some
you're
spicy
reaching
tier
out.
2 healers.
Woo!
Let's
All
do
right,
it. and
tier
let's
1
start with,
done.
Yeah, tier 1 done. Tier 2, Sylvanas. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's start this.
Hey!
with a question.
Question.
Does anyone remember release Sylvanas?
Oh, yes.
I remember release Sylvanas.
It's been a
Uh,
while.
I remember.
Do you remember?
So
I
the change for Sylvanas here is that, of course, the wisps are not going to be healing as much.
yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah.
Okay.
but we have something special here. Wisps will now
Minions are healed.
minions.
Oh, and they damage
Once
it.
again, he is
No.
able to heal the minions, as was
Hey,
in
that was
years
a big
past. Oh
thing,
my
is
gosh,
that
he's so
his-
old.
his
I'm trying to
fucking-
remember when he came out.
You couldn't
because
attack minions other
makes me
than his
feel old.
autos.
Anyways.
Yeah.
and his one.
So,
one.
Big.
for those who know the deeper breakdown of Sylvanas Wisps is that there is a burst heal at the beginning. Minions are not getting that, and they're also going to
Yes,
be,
that's
taking a little bit less.
Do you know how much
than,
of a lane
than
bully
they
he's gonna be
normally
now?
would.
He was already a lane bully
Yeah.
with his
Vice versa,
autos.
so
He's
weird.
just gonna be even
Players
worse
will
now.
be taking the most.
Mannequins.
Minions will be
Damn.
taking less, and they also will not be getting that
Well,
additional
not even
burst
just that.
heal
I
at
don't
the
even
beginning.
think you have to go
And
mannequins
the enemy
anymore.
minions are gonna be
This
damaged
makes it so you can
Yes.
go and
Yes.
Shouldn't make it
Sylvanas
worse.
Bring
A
that-
little bit of both.
Bringing that spice in.
I'll say
Yeah,
because,
it's also
uh,
for a very
you
small
get the
number of different
autos,
play
and
tests
then
with
plus,
numbers of
not
play
only that,
tests.
you're
If
healing
you're
your
curious,
own
we play
waves,
tests with
so you
50%
can
of
attack.
that. Even
and-
that was
and
pretty crazy
you're
because you're
attacking
affecting
theirs.
so many more targets than you were previously.
Yeah,
So
that's
most
a lot.
We thought
likely
about the
on the
passive.
first
You know, there
wave
was
or
a
the
world
first or
where
second
all of
waves,
the
you know,
minions
the
proc the
beginning of the
passive.
game,
That's a lot of
Wisp,
speed.
the enemy's
yeah,
just gonna
Wisp
have a
specifically
time trying
would
to
have broken
clear.
this. This
Yeah.
entire change would have broken with that. So Wisps will not be procking the passive seeds, only for the minion hits, of course.
That would be
Yeah.
disgusting if that was a
Yes.
thing.
Well, that was spicy. All right, we got to keep moving.
That wasn't really that
yeah,
spicy.
this next one's
Keeps
really
going
spicy
spicy. All right,
too.
Changa, what's the spicy?
I mean, it's a
change
very
there?
good buff.
All right,
though.
good
I'm
nerf.
happy
So
I
some
mean,
with
I'm
shifts
that.
buff
here,
nerf.
obviously.
Yeah.
Moonflower
course.
Dance, we're going to be decreasing the healing.
No.
No longer getting the magical power
Yep,
scale. I'm going
yep,
to keep
yep.
saying that every time I can because that's pretty
Oh,
insane.
damn.
But
Oh,
also,
duh.
a little bit weird here is we're removing the healing reduction
Oh,
debuff. And I know there's going to be
no.
a lot of people who are going to be a little bit sad about that, but we're shifting it to a completely new component, which one could argue is another component to our passive. But hey, that's
Yeah.
the way it is. Where all of our damaging abilities will now be applying this new debuff to enemy gods, which increases Changa's damage dealt to them specifically with future abilities. Stacking up to 3 times.
Okay.
So it's like
It's a-
Spare
it's
the
a new
Magus
debuff replacing the
as a
the,
passive
healing
on her.
reduction, where her 1, her 3, and her 4 will now
Um,
be dealing extra damage every time you hit gods. With
It
that
only
debuff.
lasts for 4 seconds.
So first ability, not going to be doing anything new. It's just going to apply that debuff. But the more that you smack people, the more that you have cooldown as well, the
Well,
faster that
now,
you're going to be able to keep up this debuff and keep that damage
Changa basically just needs to
increase
build
going. And
anti-heal
again,
now.
Only for
only
yourself.
for
Yep.
Changa.
Exactly.
Only
Got
for
it.
Changa.
I think it's good
We're
though.
on the same
15%
page for that
increased
one.
damage.
Yeah.
That's actually
Make
kind
sure
of
you
huge.
don't think it's
Only for
everyone on your
Changa.
team.
That would be a lot.
Yeah, that would be.
Because if you
too much.
blink
Cool.
ult
All right, well, let's
3-1,
keep
your
the
one's going to be
party
doing
rolling.
10%
You
more
could-
damage.
You
Ra
could
is an
pair this
interesting
with
case,
Spare the
right?
Magus
Because he
too.
has Solar Blessing.
Wait, this is gonna
which
be. Oh, this is gonna be
requires
easier.
still,
Oh, this might be
it's
better
not
for
the biggest heal in the
It could
world.
just
killing
but it's
squishies.
significant
Get to
in those
one-shot
situations
somebody,
where it
yeah.
matters, like assault,
that's a good
like in
trade-off.
team fights,
I like that.
things
Oh,
like
you
that.
just build
So
Divine
again,
anyway.
heals going down.
You
No
get
more
that
magical power
anti-heal back
scaling.
anyway.
We're increasing
Plus, there's a cap
the
on
protections
anti-heal
buff,
anyway,
and we're
so
increasing
so
the
innate
power buff
heal,
for both
anti-heal in
physical
your
and
kit's
magical.
actually not
Cooldown's
really as
going
good
down,
as it used to be.
mana's going down, or buff for
That
both
was good,
physical
but-
and magical.
Increase
the protections buff,
protections.
and we're increasing the power buff for both physical
Okay,
and
that's
magical.
fine.
Cooldown's going down, mana's going down, or mana cost is going down.
Ooh, decrease
And
cooldown by
we
2
2
to the really
seconds.
spicy thing,
The
which
really
is
spicy.
searing pain. Change
Uh-oh.
coming to this is that the
Mm,
power scaling is going down, but
Okay.
By
What?
5, it's
Yeah,
tiny.
it's
It's
By
tiny.
five.
It's not
true
huge.
damage.
there's now a new component
Oh,
of this ability.
Oh my
which is
God.
true damage equal to 5% of the
Okay.
target's max HP to
But
enemy
what
guys.
is this?
Okay.
These are so
So-
weird.
This is going to be a
Okay,
lot
so
better
pause
for
it.
getting kind of those
So
those
if you're
bigger
hitting,
hits
let's
again.
say, how much health let's just say you're hitting a tank, right? And they have 3,000 health. getting rid of the just take all the other damage out of
150.
it. That's just 150 damage off the bat. Would you say a Squishy's normal health is like what, like 2300, 2400,
Something
something
like
like
that.
that?
Like 120.
Just innate damage. That's extra damage. Like how much is power scaling?
With
How
5%
much?
less, that's definitely a lot better. There's no way 5% of your damage is either 120 or 200
No, it's
damage.
definitely better. They literally just
Way
took five
better.
5%. They actually took 5% scaling
They should
off
have
of the
taken. They
magic.
should have taken
Character
more magical
damage.
power scaling if they're gonna add
It's not just squishies,
5%
but also
true
the stones
damage.
as well.
Yeah.
It's enemy gods. You're
No,
not
that's
going to
just
be
like that's not a shift. That's just an
absolutely
innate
destroying
buff.
fire giants
know.
with this. Although
Yeah.
we
They
did
should have
consider
took
it,
away
but
10%
that
and
would
gave
have been
5%
we
of
did
the
the math. The
damage.
math was like no.
The math
So-
was like,
The math said no.
What is
So,
it with the
yeah,
true damage
a
all
lot
of a sudden?
interesting
Don't
changes
know.
there, but yeah, Solar Blessing kind of more,
So this is another nerf
exacerbating
for
on that,
solo laners, isn't it?
utility field, that power, that amp, that
Yeah.
protections, and kind of a new component, Searing Pain.
that's crazy. Scarier, loud laser beams. So looking forward to that. Next up,
No.
Guan Yu. I feel like we've talked about Guan Yu a little bit already.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God, are they
this
buffing
one's
him?
Also quite interesting because it's not a lot of changes. We're not going through a massive chest, but the ones
Yeah.
that are there are pretty big. So
I
Conviction,
see,
the
his
heal again is
healing.
going to be decreased. It never had a scaling component before.
His
and so it's kind of
healing.
the
That's
easiest
actually
part is, like,
significant.
calculating
40.
Oh my God, he's
And then-
applying
So
the pat or his
no, I'm not
one on
preamble that.
everybody
That's a whole
else.
different beast. All right, maybe We'll talk about the dev
Whoa.
Q&A. I
There
don't
you
even know
go.
what I'm talking
Shit,
about right
it's a
now.
little bit
Scaling,
less,
so
but-
how we
Oh
how
my
we
God.
formulate
Wait, so that
scaling
used to
and
be
those
just
nerfs
for
is definitely
himself.
gonna
Now
talk
he
about the
fucking
Q&A.
gives everyone else a
Yes.
whole
Conviction,
second
it's
of
now going
cooldown.
to be providing 1 second flat CR.
Do you know how disgusting that
immediately,
is?
Wait, and then
to
also the
your
aura
gods and
from
heroes.
Okay.
So this will not
the
affect
aura
yourself,
from
so
the
it's
other
not a
item.
self-buff,
From the
because
item.
Guan Yu
10%.
So wait,
already
does
gets
he
that
already
have
has
aura
it.
is
healing.
for
Yeah, it's already
himself
there.
or everyone else
Exactly.
too?
He gets a 2 second.
It's an aura for
flat
everyone.
cooldown reduction for himself. Now he's
What
going to be doing
the
half
fuck?
of that for allies
For
around
his
him.
friends, yeah.
So it's not a big buff for him in lane or anything like that, but that's why the second buff, which is
That's the
Tallow
whole.
Assault,
The
is gonna be
healing
increasing the
was
stack shred
good on him, but like his main thing
from
late
3
game
to
was
4
just the
stacks.
cooldowns.
That will
Now he's
Oh.
giving it to other
Cool.
people.
Yeah, always.
Oh wait,
always
is that
helps.
is that
I
an
don't know
extra
why, I
stack
was
for
like,
the
with all the jokes I was saying
The-
for
I
the
didn't know if they were like
rush? Oh
Conviction,
no,
now it's Scales on
why?
power.
The
That's the only
whole
change.
ass
It's the only
fucking
one.
Like,
stack.
wait, what?
Huh?
So it doesn't
Oh
do that. So.
God,
Hey,
he's even better
solo lane
now.
buff.
Tara coming up
Solo
next. We
lane
got
buff.
Guan's
buff lady
Guan's
against
even
Jinx.
better in
Yeah,
Joust
Guan's
now.
even-
another one of
Guan's
those
way
healers
better
that
in
has
Joust
multiple
now.
abilities.
He's
So we're
already
gonna
a
be
fucking
talking about a
S-tier.
couple here. So first things first, we
Do it.
got Monolith for 3. Gonna be healing for less, but it's also going to be providing
Jeez, Tara,
protections now
damn.
if you're standing in.
Yeah.
So a little bit more important to protect that Monolith in lane.
Feel like
or
that
maybe
should have been
you
already
wanna
doing
just Have
that.
it hang around a little bit longer instead of shattering it right away.
Yeah.
There's
I
a lot
like
of
that.
benefits of just having it.
I'm
sitting
fine with
there and
Terra
you
buffs.
standing within it. That's step number 1, right? But Earth
Dude,
and
people
Fury,
should play her
ultimate
more.
time. The heal
Ooh, ultimate
is
time.
going down quite a lot here. The heal over time is
Oh.
now just completely
That's
gone,
a lot.
which is a very big change. But
That's a
to
lot.
trade off for that, we're
That's
also
a
going to be
shitload.
increasing the damage
And-
mitigation
That's 90 a
that allies
base
are getting when they're
plus
affected
you're
by
losing the
those
magical
stones,
power.
from 5% to 10%. So doubling the
That is a
mitigation
lot,
for no heal
yeah.
over time.
Right. So this one's also really interesting because we could have just decreased the heal over time,
Mhm.
but at that point there was an argument of like, well, maybe this is kind of at the pro angle, but these are things we need to think about too, where you could just onk anyone. Right? Like Terra
Yeah.
using her ulti is actually an absolute negative if anyone is using onk.
So you're
and
just
it actually
getting
puts
healed
an
at
immediate
just one
target on
giant
the guy
time,
who
I
needs to
guess.
take more damage.
Damn.
This
So
is a
by
nerf,
removing the heal
I
over time
think.
completely and focusing on these other effects like the damage
The ally
mitigation,
damage
it's
mitigation,
actually almost like a
5%
net
more.
buff in most circumstances.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it removes an element of counterplay that existed relatively readably earlier.
Yeah.
So
But if
I
you
don't
proc that
know.
the heal from the stones all being depleted, you still get the benefit of an onk. So it's not a bad
Yeah.
thing to do for her, and she's obviously got
Ye-
multiple ways
Yeah.
of healing.
Yeah.
That's a
So,
lot of
cool.
healing
Alright, so
being
this
lost,
next one,
though.
we released a little teaser of. This is
Yeah, this one broke the internet.
this
huh?
one broke the internet a little bit. Let's talk about Anubis and how he's got them legs on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Anubis
Got them legs.
again falls
Is he
into
still
the
knock-up
category
immune
of
in his
gods.
one?
So yeah, we are out of the
If he
tier.
is, that's
Yeah, we are out of the
disgusting.
So I guess
healers, yeah.
the clumsy preamble for this one is we're going to be just talking about a few gods. In fact, there's a few on our list, and I think we're going to go and try and think of a few other ones. Just as kind of the spicy ones. Again, we're going to talk about
Yeah,
you
of
guys.
course.
You guys can all see the patch notes, and if you want to ask questions later on in the dev Q&A, please do so. But there's a couple of gods who rely on self-healing a little bit more. So we didn't want to exclude them from the list. We wanted to do a holistic list of all the different characters that can heal. So Anubis is passive, decrease healing, increase. So it's not even like healing itself. It's not lifesteal like Freya's is. But
Yeah.
we even kept that in mind. But
That's
we're
a
like, okay,
lot.
what can
Oh,
we do for
wow.
a god that cares so much about lifesteal, cares so much not just from the passive, but all these items that are being nerfed as
Jesus.
well?
Yeah.
Well, we finally did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Anubis can walk during
Anubis can
Plague of
walk.
Locust. It's going to be at 50% movement speed, so he's not zooming at
Yeah,
100.
yeah, he's not
But I
running
mean, hey,
everywhere.
we can make
No,
that
no,
happen.
no.
You know.
Oh, it's
Um,
quicker.
Also,
Wow.
as a
Oh,
side
they
buff
did
for
it
this
every
one, the
half?
ability is
They
actually
cut
going
it
to be
in
taking
half.
twice as
Yeah.
fast. So instead of taking
They
at every
decreased the damage
0.5
per tick,
seconds,
though.
it's now going to be taking at 0.25
Oh.
seconds, which actually also
Oh, they cut it in
processes
half.
passive,
It's basically the
faster
same. It's
as well.
actually
So in a way
slightly
that
better.
it's
Oh
a-
no,
you
the
could
magical
argue it's like
power.
a-
Never
No.
mind.
Also, any
Nope.
of the damage decreases you see here is purely cutting it in half. He's
Uh,
not really going to be receiving
It's
any
probably
damage
roughly
from
around the
nerfs throughout this.
same,
It's the same
actually.
No, it is actually
it's
the
just
way it's rating.
applied
It's
in more
exactly the
frequent
same
ticks,
damage.
so.
It's just
Cool.
It just
Well, yeah,
procs
that's just a
more
spicy
often.
one. I am not
Yeah.
prepared to be hanging out unsuspecting in
I'm okay
arena
with
or
that.
assault and just watch him. So, not ready.
But is he still
yeah,
not
the
going
first
to
thing
be?
one
I'm
of my
guessing
friends mentioned when
so.
they saw the teaser was like, Anubis jungle is
Should be.
back.
It
The
never
power.
left.
It
No.
never left.
No.
All right, cool. Well, we have a Marty
Anubis
party to talk
jungle.
about next.
It's not a
our boy
party.
Marty Ross. No, it's
It's not a party.
So I
Party
know
for everyone
it's your
else.
boy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, your baby.
He's been
Baron.
out for
Any
one patch, now
skiness.
he got a nerf. I guess that's
Is it
the way
Baron?
it is when you have a character that's so dependent on lifesteal. And Martikaras's passive really is monstrosity. He's just getting nerfed across
Martikaras?
the board because he was performing a little bit stronger than we would like for
Yeah.
Gods
Oh,
to
they're
be, so we're
nerfing
taking
him?
down a bit with this. No buffs here in compensation. This is just lifesteal's
That's
going
the
down from
passive.
1% per monstrosity stack that you're getting to 0.7%.
That shit was really
Uh,
strong.
so,
I think you
again,
got like
just
up to
less
like
lifesteal overall.
25%
And
ability
then Poison Barb.
and
This is also kind of going to reflect
Yeah,
a
I
lot
was
of
like,
different
lifesteal.
I'm
change.
closing my
After
eyes
the
and I'm like,
game.
there's
Another
so many
preamble?
few small things
Increased
that like
reduction,
I
that's
want to make
fine
sure that we
too.
address. Yeah, so continue your statement first.
Yes. Well, Poison Barb is going to get decreased healing reduction from
Uh-oh.
50% to 40%,
Yeah.
and now you may begin.
Yeah, and so
My computer's
Well,
once again,
dying.
Thusly,
we talked about how anti-heal is going to have a cap from, it's the 100%, which it technically was, to
Alright, so
80%.
now.
One of the other things that we're doing as well is for God abilities specifically that had healing reduction at 50%, they're all being reduced down to 40%.
Except for one, but we'll talk about that later.
Yes, exactly.
So what is the cap? Did
yeah,
they
we can
say?
get to him later. But
we'll get there.
Flash. But yeah,
They have
he's
not said what
the
he's
cap
special.
is.
He's
Yeah.
special. So that's another thing, and also to keep in
Oh,
mind, 'cause we were talking about
Bosh.
for items, I don't have the
Yeah.
exact numbers on the top of my
There's
head, but they are
3.
written down somewhere, is that there's a now reduced cap for physical and magical lifesteal on items as well. So you can't just, no matter what, we have kind of a new balance knob to tweak. It kind of was there before, but now it's a lot more easier for us to access, and now it is a lot more purposeful. So you can hit magical cap, magical lifesteal cap, physical lifesteal cap, so keep that in mind. Those do now exist.
got it. All right, cool. So we have one more of the big noted before we go over a few of the other special
Yeah.
cases, but one more big notable god on
Go
the
ahead,
list.
I'm going to start looking for some of the
Uh-huh.
spicy ones.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. We got
Alright.
Thana.
Thanatos.
Okay.
Well, so Thanatos' big thing is that his abilities cost a bit of health, right?
do.
So
Yes.
he's also got a little bit of healing to compensate between his passive, between obviously Death Scythe, which is his bread and butter,
Yeah.
especially if you're using
No.
Thanatos.
Yes.
I
But
get it.
First things first. Let's
He
talk about
gets it.
general. So
Oh my
of course,
God.
again, we were talking about how his abilities cost health. Well, now they're going to cost 4% of your health instead of 5% for the ultimate. It's going to 8% from 10% of your health, so just
Okay.
less health cost per ability because you are of course getting less back. Now we move on to the passive Harvester of
To the
Souls.
passive.
You're going to be getting less health from the souls of gods as well as less health from the souls of minions, and that's just a straight up nerf. But Death Scythe,
Damn.
again, going back to that bread and butter,
The bread and butter.
getting
I
a
like it.
decreased cooldown by 1, and then of course
Mm.
it's now getting this decreased healing as well. So it is now no longer
Damn,
healing you in
25%.
return for 75%. It's now healing.
I mean, he
instead
healed.
50% of
I
whatever.
don't think that
damage
that's big of a
you
deal.
did with That
You
ability.
can heal from
Okay.
like
Moving forward, we
25%
gotta
health
get
up
some
to
more buffs in there, right?
75%
We
health.
do.
This
Soul
is
Reap.
good.
The third ability is getting a
No,
decreased
he
cooldown
deserves
by
to
1
get nerfed.
second, and then going forward once again
They're
to Hovering
decreasing the
Death.
cooldowns
The
though.
base damage is going up, and the stun duration is
Oh.
also increasing.
Oh
to
no.
5 seconds. That's not
Oh.
insignificant.
That is not at all insignificant.
Yeah, so
Oh
that's
my
really good.
no.
One of
God,
those times
why
where you
would
want to
you
use it to
do
engage and not
that?
necessarily execute.
You
That's gonna
just
give you an
buffed
even
him.
bigger opportunity
Everything
Brother.
involves his
to
ult.
fight around.
Yeah, to really make the play happen.
Oh,
so.
Brother, the whole point
Ooh,
of
that is-
Thanatos
that's
being
a lot of
annoying was that
Thana
you could
changes,
just
so-
fucking ult,
He needed it.
find
He did.
some
He did.
That's
unknowing
the first time
little
Thanatos
fucking
had balance in
gremlin,
like 3 years,
ult
by the
them
way.
from
Yeah,
0 to
and
100
again,
and just be able to
obviously he's
kill
one of
them.
those gods similar to
Them
Ner'zhul,
not being able to do
probably
anything
more
for another half
relies
second
on
is just
healing,
worse.
right? That's
Yeah.
kind of his
They're
entire
just
gimmick.
not going
That's
to
the thing.
survive.
It's
Thanatos-
not like
and
the,
you-
the healing nerfs
Wait,
we
they
did is
did
going to
they
completely
increased the
remove
stun
healing being
duration and
important
they
for
increased
Thanatos
his
at all. We
cooldowns
want to
and
ensure
his
he got,
not increased his cooldowns. They
shift
lowered
because
his
he didn't
cooldowns
deserve
and
justice.
increased the
Yeah,
damage.
deserve to be axed.
We can
So
just
a
burst you
little-
down
little
even
back and
more.
forth.
He's
That's
got a
right.
scythe, not an axe.
He's gonna need
So-
online a lot quicker. He's gonna be able to one shot a lot
She's
earlier.
saving it for the next show.
So he's just
feels good.
healing less.
But
But he
all
does
right,
more
so
damage.
what
Okay,
additional
that's not- it
special
doesn't
cases
buff.
did you dig up that you wanted to
try
talk
and think of
about?
any on the top of your mind. I'm going
Good
to just
job,
like, go
Irish.
through
You
the
made
list.
him
Like,
better.
Rattle off a
I've just
few
some
of
random
them.
ones. Like you mentioned Outwatch, so I think that was an important one.
Okay.
Outwatch is the only god that didn't have his anti-heal nerf because he had two different ways of applying anti-heal. He is the only one that can kind of reach that new cap all by himself. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
kind of
he's the true
his thing.
anti-healer.
And I'm not going to
Mhm.
talk about all the different changes for these gods, but obviously,
Yeah.
like Upwatch had some healing. He's going to have some shifts on that regardless. Another one that's pretty interesting is Arachne. Obviously, she's got some healing changes. Again, I'm not going to go through that here. These are kind of the extra stuff. Venomous Bite now actually applies the anti-heal debuff. So
gaining anti-heal.
Arachne will be gaining anti-heal as well as the changes. Also, Cocoon. When targets are successfully stunned by Cocoon, the second ability, they'll have their active cooldowns increased by a flat 2 seconds.
Brand new effect.
So this is the first time we're actually increasing active cooldowns, and this is not like the Abyssal Stone
Okay.
where it's kind of just like future cooldowns being changed.
Yep.
Bakasura also going to be getting anti-heal on his takedown ability. So we're not kind of putting anti-heal everywhere, but
Yeah.
we wanted to find some new
What?
places to kind of keep anti-heal as an important effect into the game.
Is that
also,
his jump?
Eat Minion
What?
being is going to be getting a cooldown decrease from 15 seconds
What?
to 8 seconds.
Whoa!
So kind of cutting that in half. That's going to have
Yeah.
some pretty big
Yes.
gameplay implications.
Oh,
Camazotz is going to get a whole but kind of Thanatos levels of changes.
I
Because of
missed
the
what
amount
he
of
just
healing that
said.
he
What
does.
the
they're
fuck
decreasing
is
Baka's 2 from
Shock's
15
damage
seconds
on
to
his ulti
8.
Increasing. Probably not as spicy, but I just want to make sure that we don't miss
a lot of
Okay.
these,
course.
He's
these
gonna be a jungle
self-healers
fiend.
and
Wait.
not healers that affect really.
He could just eat.
lot-
He could eat almost
gaining
every
anti-heal
buff that
as
he comes
well as,
across.
the changes. Also, Cocoon. He's going to have
Oh,
some
wait.
shifts on that. Shock's damage on his ulti.
Damn it.
Keep anti-heal as an important. And this is not like the
I
Abyssal
feel
Stone
like.
where it's kind of just
Wait,
like
pause.
future
Okay. I feel
coolidowns.
like we should just reading off the. I feel like we should just go on the website and start reading off the notes.
Yeah, no, but
because-
they're probably gonna.
Yeah, for this part, I feel like it'd be better for to go on the notes. You can skip ahead.
Well,
if you want.
it's almost done. Just like a minute left.
Changed.
Yep.
Bakasura also going to be getting anti-heal on his takedown ability. So we're not kind of putting anti-heal everywhere, but
Yeah.
we wanted to find some new places to kind of keep anti-heal as an important effect into the game. Also, Eat Minion being is going to be getting a cooldown decrease from 15 seconds to 8 seconds. So kind of cutting
That's
that in half. That's going to have
Yeah.
some pretty big
Yes.
gameplay implications. Camazotz is going to get a whole but kind of Thanatos levels of changes because of the amount of healing that he does. Shock's damage on his ulti increasing. Probably not as spicy, but I just want to make sure that we don't miss anything.
A lot
cool.
of these
course.
self-healers and not healers that affect really a large portion of other players in the game are getting smaller changes. Some of them are spicier, like Anubis, who was really focused on.
Seems like
healing
they're
as
making
his
like
core
healing
aspect.
changes
But some of these
more
other guys
towards
that just, I
everyone
heal when I hit things like Achilles,
and not just
not so much of a
themselves.
change.
Hades ulti, he's going to get that cooldown reduction per hit doubled from 0.2 seconds per hit
Oh.
to 0.4
Whoa!
seconds. So
God.
that's pretty exciting.
Mhm.
Neat's getting some change as well, whether it's her general health, her spirit arrow root increasing
That's gonna feel
in
nice.
duration,
Yeah.
or even
Wait.
back
The
from
meta is
getting
gonna
a
change
small, slow
drastically
increase
this
as well.
patch.
Yeah, but I know we
Everything's
don't have
changing.
graphics for these right now. But again, all of these are listed
All of
on
these
the
are-
patch
yeah,
notes. We'll be
yeah.
talking
It
about
says
everything.
on the
else.
bottom right there.
Yeah,
everything's
no
I just
trouble
wanted
as
to
well.
talk about some of the
Yeah.
people to
super
find the new
spicy
meta.
ones. I know Vamata is going to be getting some decent changes there with his base attack speed,
Yeah.
the sleeping giant passive conversion, so he's going to get even more physical protections and attack speed conversions.
Yeah, even though he doesn't have healing, he has that lifesteal.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, he does. And
Oh, yeah.
even though he's got that lifesteal, that lifesteal is also going to be nerfed alongside with these changes. So he's going to be gaining increased power and protections as well from that ultimate. So
Got it.
some spicy stuff there. A lot of things that we're really excited to
So
see
many
how the
things.
meta is going to shake out with the healing reduction, with just the god changes that we're doing here, with the new items as well.
Yeah. So absolutely crazy.
so many different
Do
things.
we-
So
do
many
do it?
different things. And
Almost
again,
done.
My
again,
God.
like, we didn't go over everything. It said so right at the bottom of the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
check out the update notes for a more in-depth view of everything. You got the numbers. You have what all is.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back. They didn't put everything on there because there's over 150 changes. So we're just gonna come here and finish what we haven't seen, what they didn't give us. So this is new update, 28th. Yeah. Saw these. Bet Fenrir's skin's gonna be interesting at the very least.
Dang.
They talked about this battle pass 60 and 90, free tracks, whatever. Community login to get skins. Skins. They already talked about that. Ranked.
HUD
HUD
update.
items, UI, item.
Conquest.
All the good stuff. All the good.
Conquest changes.
Oh, okay. These are
Oh.
bugs. These are bugs.
Or are there any significant bugs? Is there any for Al Kwong? Remember that Al Kwong?
Oh my god. But yeah. Faced an issue where the tooltip of his wild storm ability wasn't matching in-game mana values. No, no, no.
That's not the bug that we found.
Nope. There's a bug. You guys will see it. What is this?
That's the bounty system, I believe.
Oh.
That's just the bounty system. They explained that before.
Okay.
So most of this we already went over in
Yeah.
the video. So we're mainly just here for all the item and god changes that they didn't go over. Removed one.
They just like
harpy.
did like small little tweaks here that they just didn't even decrease magical basic attack damage for purple buff. Okay,
Oh wait, did they buff blue camp?
Yeah.
They did buff it.
Increase XP.
Gold. Still bad. It's just the farm from it. I was expecting them to actually buff the buff itself.
On the team. Oh wait, they changed totem.
Okay.
Increase damage output buff from 10% to 15%. Increase the area of the damage buff. Okay, that's pretty cool. They did all the healing. Okay. So these are tier ones.
That's fine. It's whatever.
All right.
Sleepiest. That's okay. So Rod of Sleepiest, I think, is still going to be in the same spot it's always been.
Yeah, it's kind of mid.
The aura is kind of mid. Yeah, the 10% CDR. It's just the same thing with like baubles. It's like it's very niche as well. You have to be standing near them, and they're not even really going to notice it. Successfully hitting enemy gods' basic defensive abilities to provide a stack of 6% healing dealt that is consumed by the next ability heal used. 8 stacks.
48%.
That's at full stacks though.
Yeah, I
if
know.
you're playing this on Hell, then like you're healing all the time, so most likely you're probably gonna get like maybe like 2 to 3
stacks.
And that's provided that you're hitting an enemy god as well. So maybe not even that. You'll probably like on average between 1 to 3 stacks.
But like the amount of health and
yeah, the health and but like it's still a good passive regardless. The health and mana, that's a lot of health and mana, and it's cheap, relatively.
Yeah.
This seems kind of fucking busted. 200 health and mana, that's still really good, and 100 power, 2400 gold. That's a cheap item. You become tanky. You get good mana, good power. Healing an ally with an ability, you gain 10 magical power per 10% of their missing health for 10.
That's really good. Because
So
I guess what you can get is what? You get an extra 90%.
You get 90 power.
With they're really low.
You get 90 magical power. So this item, so say if like say if you only have 100 power, say if you only built this item, and then like you're healing somebody that's like getting focused on, you now suddenly have basically double power. You basically have this item gives you 190 potentially power.
Yeah, Jesus.
Wait, plus 15 magical.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I was about to say. It says
I didn't
pen.
see it either.
It only costs 2,400.
Wait a minute.
Oh
I didn't even
no.
Okay. Here's the thing. I thought this item was already gonna be really fucking good. This is busted actually.
But you always go this on Aphro
Divine already had Divine and what was the other one? Spear of Deso. Those are the only 2 magical pen items in the game. Aside from
another one.
Binding, if you want to count it, this is the third one, which may already due to scarcity of these type of magical pen items, flat pen. This already makes it really good, but cheap. That's a green check mark. 2,400 for 100 power and 15 magical flat pen. That's already really good.
Oh, Jesus.
Like fucking that match. If you just take that out of context, just compare that with Divine and Spear of Desolation. It's still on par with them. 100 power with 15 flat pen. Then you become tanky. You get 200 health and 200 mana. And then you have this fucking passive that gives you even more power based off of your healing. This is a busted item.
Oh my god.
This is a busted item. This is busted on Hell and Aphro.
I think.
Who else can benefit? Baron.
Yeah, Jesus.
Baron, Somdi. This is a fucking core item for Baron too.
I don't think these 2 items are gonna be. I just don't imagine you're ever gonna get that 48% healing.
No, you're not. Rejuvenating Heart, I think, will be Rod of Sleepies is still gonna be meh. Still gonna be bad.
Yeah.
No one's gonna build that. This one I can see being um like an okay tier.
Yeah, but this,
Last
Jesus
this is
Christ.
why would you ever go that one where you just
Yeah,
build
this
this one?
this is just a better version of like
This is just a much better version, yeah.
even if they have like 90% health and you only get 10%.
Here's the question: why is the other one
Or
cost
10.
50 more gold?
I don't know. It has 30 less power. The health and mana is only 100 apart from each. And the passive is significantly better.
And you get pen.
Yeah, and you
I
get
didn't even.
oh
I
my
didn't. I
god.
didn't even know. I didn't even know this thing had pen. I thought. Forget about the pen for a second. Take away the magical penetration. This is still an A tier item.
Yeah.
This is still a very good item. 15 flat. 15 pen.
Okay.
That's
Building
disgusting.
this on all the time on Aphro and Hell and
You build this. I'd imagine because you get. Oh my god! Wait. I'd imagine you build this fairly early into the game too, because you get the
yeah.
15 flat pen. You get mana for early game too. You get early game tankiness from health. 100 power is nothing to scoff at either. So
Yeah. You might actually be able to exchange because I usually go Book of Thoth on Hell. You might just be able to just replace this with Book of Thoth.
yeah,
That's ridiculous.
good. That's a S tier item in the making. We'll have to test it out, but that
Yeah.
looks really. They're gonna have to nerf the shit
They
out of that
have
item. I would
to.
say,
Just get
if
rid of the
anything,
pen.
I would say, yeah, get rid of the flat pen, and then it becomes a good item, but not overpowered. This is a busted item.
Yeah.
Everything. Or either that or up the price. This shit should
Oh
be like
yeah, like
this shit should be like
27.
2,900, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's just
That
ridiculous.
shit should be expensive as shit. Why is it so cheap?
All right.
That's busted. All right, moving on.
Magical
You can probably
power.
put a segment in the video too, where it's like, hey, if you don't want to watch this long ass video, you can skip to this portion where we go over everything bit by bit.
I'll put in sections.
Yeah.
Yeah. T1, T2. Okay. Rework.
CAD Club. 30 powers.
Oh
Not
yeah,
enough.
CCR and 4%, whatever. Movement
Whatever.
speed.
Who cares?
This is a new
Vital
item.
amplifier.
Cheap.
40 power.
Good
200
power.
health. Good MP5.
It's just a
20
bunch of
attack speed.
fucking stats.
Yeah. 20 attack speed. After healing yourself, gain 10% attack speed and 5% basic attack damage. Okay, so this
30
is
and 15.
okay. So this is good on
Ama?
healing yourself, or this is good on Ama. This is good on Bologna. This is good on Surtur, actually.
I need a starter.
Could be good on Surtur as well, although he's not really too focused on attack speed, but he can be. This is extremely good for carries though that utilize healing. Chiron, Cupid. Cupid's really good with this.
Oh yeah.
It's a very good Cupid item.
That's such a real.
Who else is a hunter that heals other than them too? Off the top of
Yeah,
my head,
because
I
it's
can't
with an
think.
ability. I don't know. Is there any other ones that have ability-based healing?
It's healing. Well, it's healing yourself or allies. Can't think of any right now. Those are the two that come to
Yeah.
mind immediately, though. But get the idea.
This
45
one.
power. That's a lot for Scepter. 200 health. A B5.
EDR,
Cooldown.
Jesus. Padded
10%
stats
cooldown.
again. Relatively cheap item.
Relatively cheap. Well, it's like in the middle. It's not too
I
expensive.
mean, no, but for the stats and then this
yeah, for the
passive,
stats.
it's
Those are a lot of good base stats. Forget about the passive. After healing yourself or an allied god with
just
an
go on.
ability for the next 6 seconds, each time you damage an enemy god, you're not reduced by 5 seconds.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
every single time you damage them. That's not having to do with an ability. That's
Nope.
damaging them with an ability or auto attack, right?
Yep.
Or once per second. I think that's not for your team though. That's just for you.
No, that's yourself.
Okay, good. But that's still every 12 seconds. Wait, so does this go on cooldown? Is this one of those things where it goes on cooldown immediately? It's like when the 6 seconds procs, the other cooldown starts at 12. So then by the time this cooldown is done, you have 6 seconds left before it procs again. So it's actually really a 6 second. It happens every 6 seconds, not 12 seconds.
Oh wait, that's actually a good point.
Depending on when the cooldown starts and where it begins, this could actually be at 6 seconds.
It should start after the 6 seconds. I
The
think that's
12
probably
the
what it's
12
gonna do.
The 12 section cooldown should start
I
after
think that's
the
what they
pass
probably did.
done and over with.
Surely high res knows this.
Because otherwise, there's no. That's just that happens every 6 seconds. That's insane. That's literally just Quan's abilities.
The reduction can only occur once per second. So at max, you can only reduce by 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Okay.
That's still good.
Yeah. Especially with
stats,
Guan,
yeah.
he's gonna have essentially just like he's just gonna be spamming his. Oh my god, Herc. This is good on Herc.
Also, Guan's 3 has another tick now of shred.
Oh my god. This
Need
item we already
anti-
went through. It's kind of
This item's
just.
good.
It's
This item's
good,
good.
but
The base stat. Okay, so it's cheap. It's got good base stats. You don't build this. I don't think you ever build this on its own, or not necessarily on its own. You don't just build this like as a normal item every
no,
game. You
it's
only build that.
contingent.
Yeah, it's contingent on a counter. Gem of
Same thing
ISO.
with shields, whatever.
That's irrelevant. Ooh, this is new.
I
We
don't
didn't see
know.
this one. Critical hits on enemies, poison 3 seconds. Increased duration.
And
for
they
weakening.
added the shields applied onto them or reduced by 50%. So this is so if they do a shield, then 50% of it's only gonna be on it. That's interesting.
Another nerf to Jeb. Note him.
Increased duration, remove damage reduction debuff, added healing. Okay, so it has anti-heal.
Wait, did it have anti-heal before?
No, I thought it did too, but apparently they said it added it.
No, it did not. Oh, so it just. Oh, so before it used to slow them down and get rid of their damage. This is a buff.
Yeah.
This is a buff, a significant buff actually, because this. Oh, wait a minute. Remember we were always complaining about Shadow Strike Shuriken for ADCs? What was like? What am I gonna go now? What am I?
Oh
Toxic Blade.
yeah, that's
Toxic Blade
right.
is my only option. This is big because a lot of people. This is actually really good because this is your
Sorta.
anti-heal for ADCs now.
Yeah, but you build this late into the game, and then not only are you building Deathbringer late into the game, but the glyph is gonna be even later.
Right, but at the same time, healing is also changed to where you don't really heal that much in the beginning of the game anymore. It scales with your level, so healing gets increased as the time goes on, and then by the end of the game, when healing is like really popping off, then you can get this.
Yeah, I
and
guess.
it
Yeah.
counters it. Overall, I'm happy that hunters have another viable anti-heal method other than just Toxic Blade.
Yeah. Lifesteal from 20% to 15 and 10% physical ability. Okay, that's just lifesteal.
Absolutely warranted.
Increase healing protect to 8 plus 2%. Oh, damn.
That's pretty significant.
I don't know why you're nerfing it. I mean, I thought it was in a pretty healthy place. Whatever, I guess. Yeah, it's just the protect. Yeah.
We're gonna have to see how this sees Sunder.
They're gonna make fucking. They're gonna make it bad again. Don't do it. Decrease healing amount from 50% of the damage out to 40.
Okay,
It's fine.
Not all people built that anyway, though.
Oh,
All right, this is gonna be interesting. They didn't show the upgrades of this. They only showed the shift.
oh wait!
They increased the power too.
Wait, they're trolling. I thought this passive was on the regular death's toll. This is only on the upgraded.
Oh, okay, they fucked up
That. They scuffed that because they showed this picture. They showed this picture.
Yeah, they said no. It literally said death's toll.
Yeah, no, they scuffed this. Okay, never mind.
It's the beginning. Decrease healing. Okay, so basically early game you have slightly more power and less healing. Death's Embrace now though.
Classic high res scuff. God.
Okay, so we were looking at Death's Embrace. That's what we were looking at because I recognize the 2% down to 1.4.
Okay, never mind. This doesn't really matter as much anymore. You get this at level 20, and at level 20,
level 20 you kind of get deleted anyway.
You get deleted by autos anyways, so.
Increase the amount of stacks gained from kill. Okay, so that's whatever.
I can see this being good on Xablonke.
I think that can still be kind of nutty though. Death's Embrace.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, this still is really good on like Bologna and shit.
This might also be good on ability-based hunters.
Yeah, like Xablonke.
You know.
I'm curious. Let me think about this for a second. This on Bologna and this on Alma. Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of these items where it's like, oh shit, look what they have. It's like late game type of like we have to kill her or snowball her before she gets Death's Embrace because it's broken. That's broken still, I think, but not as broken.
It's gonna be broken in duel. Oh, wait, I'm
No,
stupid.
no, yeah, no,
they
they don't have that anymore.
My bad.
A decreased cost by 50.
It would have been broken in duel if they still had it.
They increased the attack speed, but it was 7. What is
I
this?
think that's like, I think they're like reverting it, to be honest.
Okay,
how
that's
it used to be.
fine. Nobody buys
Decreased
this item.
cost, more power. Oh, they decreased the lifesteal on it though.
Yeah, but that's
Um.
still based on healing and stuff, so it'll be fine.
Oh, they increased the power by 10. That's 70 power now,
Yeah.
and attack speed. That looks more enticing, to be honest.
Sorta, but
You know what's crazy though is that because they decreased the healing on. I'm assuming they decreased the healing on Aussie too. I know they nerfed
yeah,
Aussie. I think they changed Aussie, but you saw how they nerfed a lot of the individual lifesteal items. Like Devos has more
yeah,
power and pen now, but has less healing. I'm assuming now you can instead of it's like, oh, I don't want to build all these in conjunction with each other because that's too much healing. I'm wasting stats. Not anymore. I feel like if you build these now, it's like you're getting the most lifesteal and you're not wasting.
yeah.
So it might be good.
Oh Jesus, 20 power.
Ooh, increase bonus gold gain from 3 to 4.
That's not really too significant.
No, but this is 10% pen.
Wait, they
Classic.
messed it up again.
Yeah, yeah, they said 10% pen on the Gilded Arrow.
Oh
the
my
original.
god, they. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
that presentation was kind of scuffed.
This is still good though, because all 8 mage ADCs go diamond arrow.
Yeah.
So
So they get health and
now they
pen
just
now.
get more pen, which still makes them really busted, but not as busted. Increased damage, whatever. Increased critical.
10% is a lot.
Whoa, what the? Wait.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
that's not
God.
including the passive. That's a lot more crit chance plus 10
Yeah.
more power. That's actually that's a huge buff.
That's
actually.
disgusting. That actually might be because Death's Toll wasn't really. You usually sell this late.
No, don't want to build that on hunters. It's probably gonna be between arrow and leather cowl. To be honest.
I don't know. I think Death's Toll's early game is still really good. It's definitely better than 100 Cowls. But what did they still? I mean, it's only 0.2. I mean, it's significant, but not that significant. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know why they're mutilating our boy.
Okay, so decreased health and mana restore from 30 to 1.5 per level to 20 plus 1 per. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
Damage kept the same. Yeah, we already saw that.
Boomba's dagger. We did not see
No, we
this.
didn't. Increase power from 7 to 10.
Okay.
15. Decrease health restore from 10 to 8. Actually pretty good. Although,
we're seeing like a general like upping the power, decreasing the healing. all
yeah.
around.
Decreased health restore from 10 to 8. That's to be expected.
Fine.
10 to 80.
Okay. This is whatever.
I don't really know.
Slight damage. Just a slight damage increase and health nerf.
I feel like these jungle starts are kind of weak compared to like all the others. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, mannequin.
increased
Power
scale.
scaling 2%. Oh no.
No,
It's almost
not
half.
really.
But decreased health restore. That's not really why you bought mannequins, but okay. This doesn't do anything except the power scaling. I'm curious about that. I still think you don't go this though.
Here's what Eye of the Jungle. Eye of the Jungle is just
Oh damn, 5 power. That's it though.
oh, that's just the starter version. What's the one with the
Seer or not Seer, the
not
other
Seer,
one,
the one that gives you fucking
the better one of this one.
yeah, the better one of that one. It's just not getting
This is just by
changed.
5. It doesn't matter.
The other
They
one
didn't change it, huh?
The other one, yeah, the other one's still good.
Yeah, it
actually,
is.
Like, gives you like one of the best. Like, once you get it online, you get so many prots, you get so much power, attack speed, everything.
I think that Boomba's dagger and Boomba's or Boomba's Dagger and Eye of the Jungle. Boomba's Dagger is relegated to the gods that usually have more auto. I mean, not auto. Sorry, relegated to more the ability based. Whereas this one's obviously auto attack. But I think they're both similar in terms of how good they are. That I don't know. I just don't feel like. I don't think like one is significantly better than the other. So honestly, either or is fine. They're just kind of okay. I don't know.
Sentinels.
15 to 12. So
That's fine.
based on a minion wave, 15 times 6, that's 75 down to 12 times 6, which is 24, 48, 60.
3 times 6. We just do 3 times 6.
Which is 70.
8. You're subtracting 8 by 18. 65, 60. It should be 57.
Oh, wait.
HP.
Yeah,
75 to 57 HP.
wait, 24,
I believe. Unless I'm stupid.
48, 72 per minion wave. That's what it is now. Because there's 6 minions.
6 minions times 15.
That's 30, so that's 90.
Oh, it's 90. Okay, you said I was going off of your math because you said total 75, so it's 90.
Yeah, no, I meant
total.
I was just doing the math in my head.
Okay.
This is 90. This is what did I say? 72.
That's fine.
Doesn't really matter. Decreased health restore from 4 to 3.
Ooh.
Wait. Is that based?
I think that's based off a percent.
Okay. I was about to say.
It's 4% per minion.
Oh,
so.
I don't know why they nerfed that. Nobody was really. Was anybody really buying that in Conquest?
Sometimes. Relatively significant.
That's fine.
The feeling wasn't really that great anyway on Benevolence.
I mean, everything that has health.
Everything's everything. I don't think it's gonna matter too much because everything is like the health restore. And
yeah, health restore.
It's gonna be. Oh.
Hello.
This never gets built.
Oh my god! I forgot about this fucking starter.
Yeah, I forgot about this item. No one builds it. They scuffed it up where it was used to be okay on certain characters, and they fucking shifted around.
Yeah.
And they ruined it.
So 50 less.
Nobody builds
5 power. 3 more MP5. They decreased the lifesteal in half.
And decrease the health restore too. Okay.
This isn't anything. Nothing.
Okay, so it's mainly the upgrades to me is what made it sort of viable in the past. Not anymore. Increased magical power. Increased health. 350 health.
15. Nah.
Decreased health restore. See, now
the decrease is what makes it not.
Well, it's not even just that, but Bloodsoaked Shroud used to be at least because okay, they tried to make this more damage focused. They want these items to be a mid item.
Yeah.
They want these to be built on mages. That's not how they were viable in the past. You used to build this on like RDO or like people in the solo lane that built tanky.
Yeah.
Bloodsoaked Shroud used to be kind of like a Glad Shield on King Arthur back before it got changed. Back when like it basically got turned into that where like every ability you hit on somebody, you just get health back.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna build this on tanks, you have to make it viable on tanks. So it used to have like 55 physical protections. That was enough to warrant it being good on tanks.
Yeah.
They got rid of the prots and we're like, oh, we'll just up the damage and the health, and they just because we want this to be on mid characters. But if you want it to be unviable on mid characters, then you shouldn't have made Aegis or Conduit Gem or just any other item for mid to
Just that much better.
Better. This is nothing.
I think this is a good solo lane item, or I think this should be a solo lane.
It's one of those. It's one of these items where it's in a weird place.
Yeah.
It's in a very weird place. It's not good enough to be a mid item, even though they want it to be. And then it used to be a decent solo lane item, but then because of their changes to it, it's just not viable.
I still don't think it's viable.
It's not viable to build anywhere.
No,
any of these.
Bad. I think the power is cool, but that's not really that much power.
I mean, they gave the physical protection the sacrificial shroud. It's got 50 now, so.
I mean, with the passive, with Pendulum of the Ages, you're going up to like 200 power close to. And then Conduit Gem, with its passive, you're getting up there too. This doesn't compete whatsoever. Like, the passives on them just far, like, they blow this out the water. I don't know. This should have just been a solo lane, but whatever.
They need to transition that to be a solo item,
Yeah.
to be honest. Something, because it's just not good anywhere else.
Interesting. They increase the power by 2. Make it
Decrease the
more
life.
appealing. Yeah, we saw this. Attack
Yeah, so
speed.
I think that this might be built more.
It might be. We have to see what
Like,
Nazi is.
because here's the thing, like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, why would I like you either build one or the other? I'm thinking that it might be a good idea to build both now because since if they both have their lifesteal decreased, they can actually because it used to think it's like, oh, I'm gonna be getting too much lifesteal and not enough power, this and that.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting power increases and their lifesteal decrease, which means that you're gonna be getting more power if you build both at the same time. Plus, you know, go
Yeah.
up.
Oh my
Holy shit!
lord.
Holy shit! Are we gonna move
Okay.
a little faster then?
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna move a little faster.
Yeah.
Leader, big change. Soul Leader's changing. Increasing the physical power, decreased lifesteal.
Oh, they decreases the physical lifesteal in half.
Alright, so it's doing so okay, so evolve Soul
Mobility.
Leader. So, so 40 to 50, that's significant.
That's pretty
50
big.
power on Soul Leader. 50 power on Soul Leader is pretty good.
Ooh, they got the ability lifesteal in half. That's the reason why you buy this. I think it's still good though,
Yeah, I don't know.
because of the new lifesteal changes, I
Where did it
guess.
used to be? It used to oh that's actually that's a good point. Never mind. We're just gonna have to see how this plays out. I keep seeing that the lifesteal items are being nerfed, but then they're all being nerfed, so
Yeah,
we'll just have to see.
because you're getting 10% increase on lifesteal because we're getting rid of the in
Yeah.
combat shit.
I'll see. They increase the power and decrease the lifesteal. Yep, I thought this was gonna go in that direction.
Wow.
Okay. I think so if you build Devos with this, so you're getting 25% attack speed. You get what is that's from 2 items, that's 135 power. And then because it goes from 20% lifesteal to 12%, the other one's at less percent. You're basically getting the amount of lifesteal you'd get. Like you get slightly more. You get about equivalent lifesteal you get for like building one of these pre-patch to now post-patch. When you build these in conjunction with each other, you get like a similar amount of lifesteal that you'd want. But now you get more power and you get pen. Quite a bit of pen
Wait,
too.
yeah. Wait, because they're decreasing lifesteal by 30% across all board, but they're also getting rid of out of combat, it's 40%. So really, it's
You'll
just
be
a
able to
10%
fight.
increase. So really,
Yeah.
this is 22%, no?
Oh, that's a good point. Since everything's going down like this. Oh, so it's basically just gonna be the same as it
It's
was
actually gonna be like a
before.
little bit better.
I think you're gonna be building. You're gonna see a lot of people building Devos into Aussie.
Might, because it's still
Wow.
technically that's gonna be 25 plus 22
Plus
essentially.
the cap's gonna be the same too. So you'll be able to like you're not gonna be over capping on lifesteal if you build them in conjunction like you used to, or
I
it's
don't
not gonna
know.
feel like a waste.
I still think people are gonna fucking Aussie rush, especially because of this power. I don't know why did they buff Aussie?
I mean, to be honest, you can if you want that Aussie rush, I still think it'd be really good to build both in conjunction with each other.
Definitely late game for conquest.
You can do like Aussie into Devos or Devos into Aussie, whichever you prefer, I guess. Whichever one turns out to be good. I think those two items are gonna be really good together, though.
Yeah,
My opinion. All right, Telekines.
like 4%,
That's whatever. Whatever. Now that we already established that the healing's not
4%.
gonna be that, that's whatever.
Increase passive from 7.5 to 9%.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
Hmm.
It's
And the duration by a whole
yeah.
second. That's huge.
It was already a
Remember?
good item.
Do you remember the Chang'e? You build this on Chang'e now.
Oh
Was
yeah,
that
I'm just gonna be doing even more. Oh,
15% plus? So
50,
that's just a whole 24% extra damage when you're blinking in
yeah.
and ulting and using your abilities.
Very nice, very cool.
So now she just one shots people even easier. So Chonka is going to be getting a massive buff this
Yeah,
next match, guys. Oh, 10 power on Pythagoreans. That's good.
it's pretty good.
That's good, including the power you get from the passive. It's very good. Increase the
Ooh.
cost. Soul Gem, I'm glad, is getting a slight
Oh.
increase. A little more power.
Life skill, whatever. Magical power scaling. Damage by
Decrease.
5%. Interesting.
Decrease healing. Okay.
I
It's a
still think
slight
it's
nerf.
good.
It's a slight nerf.
I don't think that really changes much of anything.
No, not really, but it's a slight nerf. I like it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Passive
Passive.
floor. Oh!
Whoa.
Oh no!
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow. What does that imply, the passive for?
That means instead of the
Oh.
healing you
Oh,
get,
so
yeah.
instead of it being like you only get this when you're at 25%,
Now it's at 40.
now it's at 40. That's actually a huge buff.
Yikes.
That's a huge buff.
That's ridiculous.
I think we're gonna be seeing oh my god, and then Typhon's Fang up next. We already talked about this. I think we're gonna see Bancroft's Typhon's Fang again on a lot of characters. Especially since they decreased the cost of this bitch too.
Yep.
They increased the power of it too, so you don't really feel like you're getting. Also, wait, a decreased lifesteal from, decreased healing from. They never changed the part of the passive that increases your power based on how much lifesteal you have either.
Yeah.
So if you build these in conjunction with each other, and a lot of times too, if you build Bancroft's Talon and Typhons, you feel like you're like you easily overcap, or you used to. The 65 limit. You can actually afford to build this, and you might just reach it, and then you can even go Telekines on this too. This is actually a buff for magical ADCs.
I'm thinking, now that I'm thinking about this, because they're now making a cap on anti-heal, I think this is going to be I think this is going to be a healing meta.
Yeah, it
I think
is,
healing
because
overall is just a lot better.
here's the thing, they're decreasing the lifesteal on a lot of these, but not only that, it's kind of the same, but it used to feel like, when you build Bancrofts and Typhons or some certain items together, it feels like you're overcapping a lifesteal, so that you usually don't go on them. Usually
Yeah.
don't build them in connection. Now you can build Bancrofts, Typhons, and possibly Telekines, and it won't even feel that bad, or Spear the Magus, and won't even feel that bad, because you're still not reaching the cap, or you're just barely reaching the cap, so now they're actually working well together. Plus Typhons, oh my god, dude.
You know, it's
If you build
ridiculous.
Bancrofts with Typhons, not only are you gonna be healing more, because they're not anti-heal is a cap now, so you can still heal through that. Plus Bancroft's increased healing and Typhon's increased healing. Typhon's is getting more power. It has 20% penetration now.
Yeah.
Let that sink in your home.
Let that sink in.
Let that sink in. That's fucking gross.
Oh.
Yeah, so magical ADCs, and they also increased the arrow. So
Thank you, Hi-Rez.
I'm thinking.
What is the mage decrease? Or what
I
is it?
think magical ADCs are gonna be still good here. Let's not skip too far. Let's just fucking keep going down. Okay, Frostbound. They talked about this. Decrease the
By
cost.
50, increase power by 5.
That's nothing.
Decrease
nothing.
cost from
Oh wait,
this.
you can only build it on Assassins and Warriors now.
Pretty sure that's what it was. Was it not already? They just added a description.
Oh, there's that description. Okay, I'm dumb.
Decrease.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
They're not
decrease the
no one's
cooldown
gonna
of
put
past.
those.
No, who cares? This is maybe
Nobody
good
will.
on like. This is already good on like Thor or Tsukiyami or whatever you wanted to
Mhm.
play, but they're gonna build it anyways. Doesn't matter.
Oni Hunter.
Yep,
They should
yep,
not have
yep.
changed. They should not have changed that. Fail not.
So all that. That's gonna be interesting.
Whatever. Decrease the cost by 100. That's nice. I like to see that.
Yeah, I still think
It's a good buff.
Aussie is just gonna dominate.
Aussie and Devos.
Mhm.
Devos especially is gonna dominate.
Increase power to 5. Increase passive attack speed. That's interesting. That's actually good.
It's good.
Actually, no, it's
ADCs
not. This is not good because we're buffing the
ADCs
hell out of ADC, so we don't need any more buffs to
ADCs
them.
Yeah, they're getting a shit ton of buffs actually. The arrow, the crit arrow is getting a massive buff. That's getting a power buff. Devos has more pen. Aussie's getting more power. Decreased costs.
Yeah, so ADC's
80
busted.
Magical ADCs are also going to be busted, I'm assuming, based off of the healing
Solo's
caps
getting reamed even more.
than they already were. This is going even further in the direction that we didn't want it to go.
Uh-huh.
This is just accentuating the problems that they were already having.
Bladed Boomerang is just not really that good of an item.
No. Oh, what's that item? What's that one?
Griffin
Oh shit!
45 to 55. Don't
I don't think
care.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody build that one.
Nope,
I
I
wonder
don't think
why.
10 powers didn't do anything either.
No, it's not bad.
That was just a
That's just
qualifier.
6. That's whatever.
This is good. I like
That's
that.
that's a good nerf. It's still gonna be good, but it was OP before. Wait, we didn't see this one.
Oh
Holy shit!
my
150 power and
god.
the passive
Wait,
4 to
why are we
6%.
buffing mages? This was already an item you bought.
Yeah. So they're increasing the power.
Although they are increasing the passive floor to it by 10%.
So wait, increasing passive 4.
That means
This was you do more. Brought up to Hootie's passive, you do more damage to them based off of them being below half health. Now you need to only be below 60% of the HP.
oh, I thought it was
So
the
you
opposite.
you could still be in green health, and then you'll be taking more damage from Rod
Oh,
Duty.
that's
So this is
right.
that's a massive buff for
Okay.
Rod.
And they didn't increase the gold. Still very good. Okay, why would you do that?
So their buff. Remember the issue was that like solo laners would just get into the back line and they can get soloed by the mage or the ADC.
Yeah.
Well, now the solos are getting nerfed, and mages and ADCs
Or
so
just
far
getting
seem to be
buffs.
getting pretty good buffs actually. So good job, high res.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Um,
and
that's good for magical junglers, but that's
oh,
about it. I don't see people in mid lane building Doomorb.
we're buffing more
Ooh,
mage items. Although
love it.
this is good for divine in terms of wanting to buy this more often, but that's so cheap. I don't. Okay,
Very cheap
cool.
early flat pen. Remember how that went?
Yeah, yeah.
Cheap early flat pen.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate.
Seems we don't like to learn lessons here.
All right, aphro is you get now. All of this just makes tank
Tank
aphro
Afro.
better.
Hell is gonna be S tier.
Hell,
because
this is really good.
being able to hit somebody through walls is very good. Being able to clear the wave better for mid with the restoration 1 is also very good.
Oh no.
What was it again? Attack speed.
Yeah, auras.
Basically a scuffed Fafnir buff.
30% of your magical instead of okay. Yeah, so with an
And
item.
another buff to ADCs and magical ADCs in a way.
And they buffed her ult now, so now she can just spam it even more. That's good.
Yamoja.
That was fine.
Fine. Sylvanas.
It's a pretty good big.
It's a very good quality of life
Yeah.
buff for him. I don't think he's gonna be OP or anything, but
No.
he's been suffering, so it's good.
This is
Chang'e.
what we're talking about. 15%.
Chang'e is gonna be disgusting.
Now they added a whole new fucking passive, right?
They got rid of the healing reduction. They just added percent damage on your shit.
Cool.
So
This is just a whole bunch of just qualifications for his shit. Not too incredibly impressive, but this thing.
true damage just took 5% off of the scaling and turned it into true damage.
So every ult that you hit, you're doing between 120 to about 150 more damage, as opposed to the 5% scaling that you're missing now. Okay.
That also could have been mitigated by protections. And
To be
health.
fair, Raw isn't one of those gods that are. I don't know. I'd rather this
No, he's not.
buff on him than anybody else.
He should get a buff, but I don't know if true damage is the right way to go about it. I don't
Just
really
add some
like
true damage to it, yeah.
I don't like true damage. Okay, go on.
No.
Okay, so now your whole team gets CDR.
Yeah, and you get to be more damage in general, more prot shred, more damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, solo laners are being annihilated, so this will help him out in Conquest. Be a more
I don't
effective
think it's
late.
enough, but I guess.
But in other game modes such as Joust, this is gonna make him
This is
even-
broken. I
honestly think that he turns into like one of the quickest bands now.
Yeah.
Quicker bands.
Terra buffs / rework / sort of nerf. I don't think this
Okay.
changes anything about her.
Ooh, I didn't see this.
Oh.
Horus got-
Oh.
These are some ones that they didn't go over. Increased protections per stack. That's a buff. 2. Oh, a whole 1.
Jesus.
Decrease heal per stack.
It's whatever.
Whatever. That's not even a lot of healing reduction. Decreased heal.
Oh.
That is. Oh! Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Whoa, that's a spicy meatball, and the mana cost is down too.
Okay. Okay.
So what this, you know what this means is this, okay. So now this cooldown on his 3 is comparable to your 1 and 2. Like it used to be like you can 2-1 somebody and then like you might have to wait another 5 seconds depending if like all your cooldowns are down at the same time if you just use your 3. You might have to wait a few seconds for you to use your 3 again. Now it's like you can just 2-1 somebody, get out. Wait for your
Yeah.
cooldowns to come up. You can go back in, 2-1 somebody, get out. You never get punished anymore.
Wait, this is on.
Horus, there was a small window in which Horus could get punished if you weren't like managing your cooldowns properly. You don't even really need to do that anymore because it lines up with your 1 and 2 so well.
This is on like
That
a
is
6-second cooldown.
that is absolutely disgusting. Horus is
And of course, it's the healing part. Cool.
I actually think that this might bump him up quite a bit. Where do
'Cause
we have him in the tier list?
He's
Was he A tier or-
Yeah, no, he's because he's untargetable in his 3. That's ridiculous.
I think he's gonna be S tier now.
Oh my lord.
I think that makes him S tier. I don't think he's bannable S tier, but no, ban always ban, but I think he gets bumped up to S tier with this. We'll have to see. But that looks disgusting. I don't know why they would do it that to such a degree. I think they
It's
should have done it by like
ridiculous.
they should have reduced it from 16 to 14.
Yeah, what? Why?
They're like they actually almost cut it in half. That's a
Bro,
40% decrease, no? That's 40%.
that's ridiculous.
That's insane.
Awesome. We're just be playing him more. This is just regular for all healers. Decreased healing. Cupid now gains a passive stack whenever he or an ally picks up a heart from his this ability. A decreased cooldown.
Okay.
Cool.
Fine.
That's actually
Baron.
nice.
We're gonna see Baron
Decrease
decrease
flat heal. Decrease missing health from 7.5 to 5%.
Okay. So he just heals less. But then
Wait.
again, it should coincide
Yeah.
of thing.
No.
Wait, this ability now applies slow immunity for the buff duration instead of just slow cleanse.
Oh.
Wait a minute, that's huge. That's huge because it used to be like if you could only become it was a cleanse. So like you had to wait and so if
Somebody
you use
had to
this
get
in
slowed for it to
yeah,
work.
so if somebody was to if you were to use this ability and then you got slowed, you'd be slowed.
Yeah.
You'd have to be slowed first and then use this
Now you're
ability
just
to get rid of it.
immune.
To be cleansed. Now you're just immune for the entire duration of like while you're being healed.
Go-
So now you're just that's huge actually.
Yeah, go
That's a
fuck
buff.
yourself.
Hmm.
Decrease cooldown. I don't care.
So
It's
annoying.
good,
It's
but
such an annoying ability though, but it's good. Ooh, damage
oh,
mitigation
it's
increase.
5, but decrease healing, whatever. That doesn't really change much of anything.
Not really. It's
Oh,
kinda
hello.
Same audio. Wow. Wow.
Oh wait, these are
Oh my god.
these are healing. Power debuff. Increased power debuff
That's
from.
just early game.
Oh, okay.
That's
So early game's
just
fine.
early game, it's fine.
Increased bear self buff.
The 5 at
Oh, it's
each
5.
tier.
Okay.
Decrease healing per
Cool.
tick.
That's
22.
normal. Increased bear slow from. Oh, they're actually
wow,
nerfing
30.
this. It's a nerf.
Increase bear slow, 30%
It's-
altogether. No
Oh
stop.
wait. Oh wait. No. I'm trolling. I'm thinking about the
No, it's not.
opposite. It's
It's
just 30
it's
altogether now. That's actually a buff.
yeah.
Um,
Out the get-go, increase movement speed per stack. Yeah, that's whatever.
whatever.
That's a slight buff. It's fine.
Increase attack speed slow.
That's just early game. The same late game, but better early game.
Increase base damage by 10.
Very slight, but that's also on each tick.
It's fine. It's not that much. Decrease self damage of this ability. Okay. Actually a lot. It's all 2%. Jesus. Decrease ally healing. Oh, that's one.
3%.
Note the reduced healing while Cthulhu is below 20. Notice the reduced healing while. Okay. That's fine. Nothing really significant. Non-team healer god balance.
So those are all the gods that could heal other people.
A huge amount of Smite gods have some form of self-healing, so this was a huge balance pass. Certain gods who are already performing well have their healing, and the rest of the gods receive buffs to mitigate or overshadow their gods with HP 5. There's the areas in the base healing reduction 50 to 40. These guys are listed below. Okay. This is 2. Increased protection bonus from 0.5 to 2.
a-
What the
just
fuck?
a
Oh, it's a
reaver.
reaver. Oh, it's buffed.
Yeah, they are
It's
buffing him.
buffed. Decreased heal effect. Whatever. Increased HP per level. Oh, just in general.
Ooh. Increases basic attack power too.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty significant.
Remove passive healing from.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Whoa!
Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, wait, they
there,
changed
buddy.
it. Now AMC gains HP 5. Oh. Okay, never mind. That kind of
does.
sort of balances it out, I
It
guess.
does balance it out, but like,
Actually,
you
wait.
scared me for a bit.
This might be better because HP 5 isn't.
It can't be
Yeah,
anti-healed.
it can't be anti-healed. So this might be better. Oh no, why? Decrease maximum health restoration from 7 to 5. That's fine.
significant. Decrease cooldown. That's whatever. That's a nerf. Outright, that's a nerf. Increased benevolence aura. Okay, it's the same late game,
Yeah.
just better early game.
Decrease heal tick, that's fine. Decrease healing, we saw that. No, we saw that.
We saw Alquang, Pleat. That is the weakest nerf.
Wait, decrease
bro.
maximum health heal from 5%. That's his passive, right?
That's just
Okay.
his passive healing whenever he hurts
That's
somebody.
not the
They need-
problem.
That's not the problem. He's still gonna be OP.
The debut from this ability now applies 40% healing reductions for the duration. That's actually big. Decreased healing per tick. That's normal. Oh no. No. No.
Lava's being fucking.
Targets
nerfed.
successfully stunned by cocoon also have their active cooldowns increase. Wait. Targets also have their active cooldowns increased by 2 flat. Anti CDR.
Wait, so the abyssal
Oh my
stone?
god.
Wait,
Yeah.
she's like the only character that has an abyssal stone
So
in her kit. Wait
you
a minute,
get.
so you're
Oh
telling me?
no.
Wait, how does abyssal stone? Because I never fucking. If you have all your abilities up and then you get hit with an abyssal stone proc, does that your abilities go on cooldown for 2 seconds?
Something like that. It
that
reduces cooldown based on abilities.
If that's how that works, we need to test that out.
Yeah.
See if it's
It's
see
angries.
say if you have no, you get what I'm saying. I was like, if your ability to dash is up, but then you get hit by that, does your shit? Are you still able to use your dash, but then it's just on a slightly longer cooldown next? Or does it just flat out as soon as you get hit by that, you just look at your cooldown and say,
They're
"Oh, I can
all
use
on
this."
2.
Nope. Now they're all on 2.
I don't
You
think
have to
that's how
wait
that
till-
works. I think probably once it's still on cooldown, I would imagine
Could you imagine if it's the former, what I just
that would be
described?
ridiculous.
Because then you could just stun somebody,
And
and
then they
then for
just die.
2 seconds, they can't run away.
Yeah.
Always, they're not able to.
That's fine. Oh baby.
Oh shit!
Oh baby.
That's a buff.
That
and
is a
half.
buff. Why are they buffing Baba? Baba Yaga probably has the best mage late game damage.
Mm-hmm.
You
and then
can-
you'd be able to spam. You could just store those
Ye-
even faster
You can do 1,000 damage
with that.
with that. And if you hit both of them, you're essentially one-shotting somebody. Why did they do this? Thank you.
Thank you.
Decreased healing, that's regular. Decreased
fine.
healing from 50 to 40. They talked about
Slight
that.
nerf.
This is stupid.
It's-
I don't know what that's
The
about.
debuff is- the slowest, clunkiest fucking jump in the most avoidable jump in the game. Oh yeah, if you hit this on somebody, you get healing reduction.
But overall, this
That's insane. That's insane though.
is stupid.
That is really insane.
So this is going to be on like a 5-second cooldown if you have 40% CDR. Although on
You're
Baka
gonna
you
be able,
won't.
you're gonna be able to get bodies or minions on your ult way faster, and then not only that, you're gonna be able to secure much more and just farm better.
Yeah, Jesus. They increase damage by 15. Just
Increase
whatever.
lifesteal, whatever. Bologna.
Ooh, they buffed.
Increase damage.
Increase slow from. Oh, now. Okay, so it's just flat 20% in all ranks. Damn.
Decrease healing. That's whatever. But can you imagine? Well, they buffed the damage slightly. Can you imagine that with the new item?
Yeah.
Late game Death's Embrace with the Death's Embrace
Stupid.
passive. Camera shots. Use heal per
Yeah.
drink. Cut it in half. Literally
Oh,
cut it in half.
wow. They really mess with him. Increased damage.
They have
Oh, they have the scaling.
and the base damage by 10. That's a lot.
Pretty big. Increased echo buff. from oh, it's
by
an extra
5
5.
and decrease the cooldown by a
Actually,
whole
really
second.
good.
That's a big buff. Decrease heal from 20.
Decrease buff per stack from 3% to 2%. Now provides anti-heal effect.
Whoa.
Oh, how much are you gonna tell us?
I guess not, but we'll just have to trust Daddy Hi-Res.
Yeah, of course. Heal protect. They decreased. Oh, it's 15 at all. That's 2 seconds. Fine. Increased healing reduction from 30 to 40. Increased healing stolen from 50 to
Whoa!
80.
You steal 80%?
All right. Well, now
Wait a minute. That's fucking disgusting.
it's
So
definitely
if you're telling me that if I'm Serb and I'm boxing a soul with full lifesteal, that like she's just like, oh, I'm just gonna auto attack this Serb. I'm just gonna get my health back. It's like
no, you're not.
we're both. Well, no, you still are to
Or
a
well, no,
degree.
yeah, no, I am
Well,
too.
I am too. We're essentially doing nothing here because we're both healing. That's significant. That's big.
So,
Wait, and increase this hearing. Wait, that's remember when it used to be 25? I think
yeah,
it was 25 at one point. 40% innate just from what? Like just being around
banning.
people?
Yeah,
Just being there.
ridiculous.
40%? That's disgusting.
Increased stun duration. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it's early. That's still significant early. Jesus.
Heal per minion, decrease soul health. That's whatever. The biggest thing is just the passive. Wow,
Yeah, Jesus.
that's huge.
So now it's even better to
Uh,
go against like a fucking aphro or hell.
That's like yeah, it's just like an Alpwash fucking guardian now, essentially.
Yeah. This is whatever. No, that really matter. Except maybe this.
Use autumn.
But nobody really uses that. No one cares.
That's fine.
Decrease healing, increase attack speed reduction
That's just in the beginning.
early. Yes, that's.
Gonna do
Oh
anything 'cause
fuck.
you don't really deal with. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter too much unless you're going up against like a Bulon or an Ama or
Yeah.
Gilgamesh. Usually, you don't really do that against ADCs
Uh,
early game.
Increase damage by 50. Whatever. Although still pretty
Wait,
decent though. But
Stormcold, that's his ult,
yeah,
right? Okay. For some reason, I saw that and I thought it was his axe, and I was like, "Why am I seeing 500 damage on your fucking axe?"
yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Increase base
Uh,
physical power from 5 to 10. Increase base magical power from 10 to 15. That's his passive,
Decrease
right?
cooldown on his 2 by 1 second.
Whatever. Decrease section 1 health from 1 point. Okay, that's normal.
Decrease healing
It's
reduction.
normal.
Whatever.
Increase base damage by 15, 10. I mean, this affects a multi-hit.
Affects multi-hit, so
Okay.
that's like on each one.
Healing. Increased field movement speed to 20 at all levels. That's really good.
Pretty good.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm trolling.
Also very
Still
good.
good though.
So you just fast early game. Hurling.
Increased damage reduction per
That's just
stack.
early game.
Oh, it's
That's just
boring.
early game.
Decrease
Doesn't matter.
healing. Increase damage mitigation to 25.
Ooh, flat out.
That's actually good. Increase the taunt by that still doesn't mean anything. I still think he's bad. Bonus protection cap. Increase attack speed. Buff. Oh, here's the attack speed buff. So it's 30%.
What is Hell's 20?
20.
That's honestly, I think Hell's better.
Yeah. Decrease
I
self
know it's
heal.
like not as much, but like she just has so much more to offer. Decrease oh wow. I know
No,
it coincides with everything else, but like
it
that's
decreases it by 5%. I guess. So he's basically doing 30.
yes.
He needed that though. He does way too much healing.
Frey's just getting a
Whatever. Increase basic attack power from 34 to 39. Whatever.
Gilgamesh off.
Still whatever. Decrease lifesteal. Decrease bonus lifesteal. Allies 200 will have lifesteal. Blah 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 blah.
Decrease cooldown on his ult. 10 seconds.
Mm,
It's a
right
step in the
direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
This. We talked about this. This. Oh no.
Decrease detonating healing.
That's just healing.
They doubled the
Yeah, that's
cooldown
gonna be
reduction
ridiculous.
on his ult.
Um.
2-second decrease on his driving strike. Damn.
Oh.
And decrease cooldown on his Earthbreaker.
Wait.
They're both on the exact same cooldown.
You pair this up with a new item for healing, Oh no. The new
Storm.
healing that gives you 0.5 per every second. So you're reducing this by 2. You probably
whatever you
have
get.
like cooldown, and then you're also getting at maximum 3 extra seconds of cooldown. Oh no.
Well, you use Earthbreaker on somebody, and then by the time they get to you, you auto them. That's another strike, and then you drive strike them.
That's ridiculous. Uh-oh.
Mitigate wounds.
Decreased damage return is from healing from this whatever. Healing, increased
Increase
damage.
heal and kill by 20%. That's significant.
Decrease heal from 20% of targets missing health to 15. Okay. That's a little bit of damage. 15. Don't really care. Decrease physical lifesteal, increase stun, and decrease cooldown. Oof. I don't like collie buffs. I really don't. Increase damage to 5 plus 8. That's still pretty okay.
Marta Koras.
40 to... So we saw that.
Whatever.
Saw that.
Whatever.
Decrease cooldown. Decrease cooldown. Oh, early.
Oh, wait, that's just early game. Decrease missing health.
That's whatever.
Oh, Mulan. One of the most buffed gods in the game. What are you going to do
Decrease
right now?
cooldown. Early.
game.
Increase
Okay.
slow. Why? Why? Okay.
Mm.
Increased as from... This is the...
Attack speed.
Yeah.
Increase attack speed. Early. That's just from early, though.
So,
It's not
it's
that
whatever.
big.
Increase
strike, though.
strikes. I guess for jungle it's better. Why is she getting more HP? Increased root duration
That's
early. Decreased healing, decreased weave healing, increased slow. Don't really care.
God,
It's only 5. Who cares?
that's whatever.
Healing. Ooh, it's got a good cooldown.
Nike.
Protection
That's
shred.
like 4.
4. Damn. 13 at all. Oh my god, all these are just like small little things.
On everybody.
Increased base damage. 360.
Ooh. They decrease the early cooldown. Odin's
Most of
crazy.
these gods and stuff are getting just like small buffs. There's like barely any nerfs.
Increase power.
Decreased lifesteal, whatever. Decrease heal. Yeah, everything's getting cooldown. So wait, people are just gonna be throwing out abilities more often, doing more damage. I wonder if this have anything to do with snowballing. Increased power, power, just healing. Yes, whatever. All right. 60?
That's shoot. Wait, and the
Oh
base
my
damage,
god,
too.
plus
Whoa,
40?
40 additional. That's per
Oh
acorn.
my god. This is
That's
giant.
That's an extra 120 flat on like if you land the stun.
Oh no.
That's
Plus
not including the scaling.
this is
Remember when we said that full damage rat wasn't good? Well, they're trying to
Jesus.
buff full damage rat here.
Increased damage reduction from
Oh,
oh my god.
They almost doubled it. Increased damage reduction for multiple acorns.
Increased reduction floor. And decreased cooldown. Oh my god, this was already his most hard hitting. Oh my. Okay. Rat 3 might be really fucking good now, so he might actually be good. Jesus Christ. Early game. Ravana's early game is already really good. Healing.
Healing. That's just a set.
Increased damage reduction from 10 to 15. That's only for physical.
I think that's just a revert.
Decreased healing.
No, it's for physical and magical. No, I think they changed that a few patches ago.
Did they change that?
They changed it. I think they were talked about that one time.
Oh wait, it used
Did
to be
change
physical, right?
It used to be only physical, but I think we talked about it a few patches ago. They changed it to physical and magical, and we were like, "What?" Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty confident that it's both now.
Let me see.
We'd have to look that up real quick.
Um,
I'm pretty sure it's both. I know for a fact it used to be only physical, but I think in one of the past few patches they changed it.
Yeah, it is. It's just damage reduction. Damn.
Yeah, it's not just physical anymore. It's damage reduction total.
Can you actually? I don't even think about this. Can you
So
imagine
that's
doing
actually
like
That's just not mitigation. That's like just a
yeah?
spirit robe
Can you,
tier 3.
can you like go damage mitigation now on this or
You could.
damn.
Although they did nerf Onis. They nerfed Onis though, so.
Oh shit! They increase movement speed.
I mean, if you think about it though, you just build spirit robe on him. That's 30%.
Yeah. Increase bliss base HP 5 whatever. Oh wait. Oh, it's supposed to be 4. Damn.
They doubled it.
Decrease cooldown. Increase mana restore. Decrease healing. This F implies. Decrease
back.
damage or
They
increase
increase damage
10
10. That's fine.
and then
Decrease
cooldown.
cooldown. Heckin' damn, they're really going all out with these.
Decreased
Decrease
heal. Good.
Decrease heal. Oh, decrease heal.
That's actually big. That's huge. That's what? 7?
A 7% of your missing health gone.
Damn. As needed. She needed a buff or nerf. Increase attack speed. Debuff.
Some Pokemon needs
Holy
buffs.
shit. 10%. Decrease cooldown. Early. Decrease healing. Damn.
Better.
Nothing. That's just part of it. Cool.
That's just nothing.
We
So,
saw this. He's just gonna be able to one shot earlier in game.
yeah, that's a Thanatos buff.
Uh,
He's just gonna be able to one-shot people. Disgusting.
Healing. Increase swing
Uh,
damage. 10% more scaling. And 5 more
and
power.
this happens twice.
Yeah, that's alright.
Decrease heal, it's whatever. Tier.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Now he's just gonna be able to do that early games whenever he wants. Cool.
Uller.
Why are we decreasing the cooldowns on
Decrease
Uller?
the cooldowns
Why?
on 2 of his fucking long-range attacks, huh?
Well, no, this is his 2. This, I don't know why you do that. His passive already helps him have 0 cooldown anyways. Whatever.
That's whatever.
That's like not even anything. Increase physical protection conversion. That's 5%. 5%. Damn.
Speed.
It's decent.
That's pretty good.
Okay, this is what I was curious. Increased protections gained. So 10 overall. Increased power early.
It's early.
Okay, so they didn't do anything with the shields. And with the new shield items and stuff, he's going to be even worse. I thought maybe they're going to do something with the
So
shields.
he's just getting more attack speed and protections in his ult.
That doesn't mean
essentially.
anything. No, not with the new items and shit.
Zonkui.
Decreased
the
heal,
last
this whatever, and then decreased cooldown. All the cooldown. Increased stun. Oh, damn.
That's his 3, right?
So now it's just a... I've been noticing that too. They're making it to where it's just one flat number instead of scaling based on whatever you level
they're
up.
trying to make it simpler.
And that is it. Holy God, there was so much. This video is probably going to be like 2.5 hours. Jesus Christ. So, to sum it all up, if we can remember all of it, can we remember? Okay.
I can remember quite a bit, some standouts. So
Yeah, just go ahead. No.
it seems like in terms of conquest, Soul Lane is still getting shat
Shafted.
on. Still getting shafted. They're actually going to be worse, it seems like, than they were before, and that's saying something because they were already the worst class this season so far. Or at least the worst role. The roles that have been buffed the most seem to be, well, number one, ADCs.
They're busted.
ADCs are going to be busted. Absolutely busted. Just the sheer amount of buffs they're getting are insane. They were already in an okay spot this pat. They weren't OP. They weren't really bad. They felt a little underwhelming in the beginning, the mid game, but then once you got to like mid to late, you're fine. But now you're just gonna be busted. It seems like.
Yep.
Mids and jungles were OP as shit. It seems like jungles are still gonna be OP as shit. Mid especially, they nerfed some of the things, but okay. So healers like Hell's gonna be very good. Aphro, especially in the support roles, those guys are gonna be very good. The Mids are just gonna be better because they nerfed. Okay, so they nerfed Divine slightly. Divine's still gonna be a very good item, even though they nerfed the passive to it. They buffed the shit out of Rod of Tahuti.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided to do that. That's a very good item. And then also, Mage ADCs, I believe, are still gonna be very good. They're actually gonna be better, I think, personally, because they buffed. Because okay, so the fact that they got rid of a big thing about Mage ADCs is their ability to sustain, and then they were able to get shut down by anti-heal based off of because there was so many different anti-heal. But the
Yeah.
fact that there's a cap now, if you have Bancrofts plus Typhons, Typhons you just get increased healing. Even if you get like down to like the bare minimum, the fact that you're allowed to have a bare minimum amount of lifesteal means that you're able to because you're pumping out so much damage as a magical ADC consistently, you're still gonna be able to heal and sustain yourself. That's gonna be very, very, very good. And the fact that Typhon Spang has 20% pen, that's the third item now. It used to always just be Chiron's Coin and Obshard. Now it's gonna be Typhon Spang as well in the mix. It just seems I don't know. And then on top of that, they buffed Arrow.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking with that.
I'm trying to figure out where they said there was a cap for anti-heal now, right?
They did say that. They said there's a cap. I don't know where the cap is though.
System changes.
But there it is. There it is. Healing reduction will now be capped at 80% reduction on the
Where do you
afflicted
see
target.
that?
It's right. System changes.
System change?
Second.
Oh. Yeah, this by default makes healers
So
better.
if you have 65%, if you have the cap of lifesteal and somebody has cap anti-heal on you, you're still healing. You still have 20% of that. So essentially, what's 10% of 65, and you just get two of those. 10%. So you'll still have like 12 and a
13.
half. You'll still have like around 13 lifesteal, which might not sound like a lot, but then you also take into account Typhon passive if you have that built. And
Yeah.
then also, I don't know how it works with. We need to test that out how that works because I know like if you're over, what happens if you're like you have 65 lifesteal, then Bancroft's Talon passive comes, you're like overcapping lifesteal, but then you get anti-healed for that. Does it account for that as well, or is
I
the
have
new
no
healing
idea.
kind of fill up the amount that you're being anti-healed for? We'll have to see. I think it's the way you would think it is, where it's just like it doesn't matter how much you're over capping, the anti-heal is just going to be there anyway. It doesn't fill it up. But even then, 13 lifesteal, like that's enough. I feel like for you to be able to sustain through a fight, if you have enough power, especially if you have Typhon's increased healing.
Yeah. What else? So
Plus the out of combat healing too. You can just get into a fight and then immediately walk
just
out
heal.
of the fight and then just heal off
Same
camps
amount.
very easily. So that's another reason why magical ADCs are gonna be very good. Also why hunters are gonna be very good.
So ADCs in general are going to be busted. Solo lane is going to be even worse because of that, and because they nerfed him. So the disparity is going to be even bigger. Mages got like one nerf, and then now they got other buffs, so they're going to be roughly the same or quite literally better, probably better. Jungle didn't really change. I don't think. And then the healing shit.
Wait, go back up. Go back up.
Whatever.
Actually, something else changed. Physical lifesteal cap has been decreased from 100% to 50%. Magical lifesteal cap has been decreased from 65 to 40%. That's huge, actually. We did not take that into account because I just based all that based off of the 65. I'm dumb.
Oh yeah.
So if it's 80%, then we have to do the calculation over again. 10%. Oh, so now instead of 13%, it's 8%.
8%.
Okay, that's a lot more significant than I thought.
Yeah.
Trying to sustain yourself at 8%. That's a little more difficult. It's a lot more difficult, in fact.
Yeah.
Also, all that talk when we were talking earlier before about what's it called? Certain being able to reach the cap because like like Aussie has decreased healing, like all these items have decreased healing, so that we're able to reach the cap easier. I think that gets thrown out the window based off of that because the cap is reduced.
Yeah.
I still think they're going to be good to build in conjunction with each other, to be honest. But another thing too, why is the physical lifesteal cap being reduced much worse than the magical lifesteal? It's being cut in half, whereas magical lifesteal cap is not being cut in half.
Probably just to make, because I know with Fenrir 2, you can just heal you can just like use your 2 and auto and get 218 or 220 of your health back from what I remember. So I think it's because lifesteal is a
Yeah.
lot more prominent on mages or
Yeah.
whatever. I
So
don't know. But
so to revise based off of that information now, ADCs are still going to be disgusting regardless of that. When it comes to magical ADCs, I still think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be as crazy as I just said they would be based off of that though, because I thought they're just going to be able to sustain through anything. They're not going to, but they'll still be able to sustain outside of the fight very easily. So
yeah. But even though that the healing changes are ridiculous, especially with these items. I think
yeah,
specifically this item and then also
Hell is gonna that's gonna be a
this item
fantastic item
and this
on.
item.
It's gonna be a great
Ridiculous.
item on Hell. I would say
Aphro
Aphro
too.
too, but I mean, I think Baron's gonna fucking love that
Yeah.
item.
I think so.
Where's some other healers that are mages?
Other healing mages.
Yeah, Chang'e.
Yeah.
Could do it on Chang'e too.
Overall, though, I think with the changes with healing, I think healing is just better. Especially with the anti-heal stuff. So, healing is might just be a healing meta. And then also they're buffing everybody. Like all their damage is like it's not significant, but most of the things that they're buffing is like going up. One significant thing is that they're decreasing cooldowns for everybody. So I don't know what that's about, but
Horus.
they're
Well,
doing that.
I think the most egregious one is Horus.
Horus and Baka. So yeah, doing that. So I think that, everybody's just gonna be throwing out their abilities more and just doing more damage more frequently. I think that's gonna be able to snowball more, or maybe pick up the pace of the game because that's probably what it is. They're probably picking up the pace of the game because of how long Conquest
Look at how
is.
long the games are
So
going.
that might be a reason. But outside of that,
Did they mention? Did they increase the XP and gold you get from camps, or no? They didn't.
they
mention that?
did. They said, but they also said they decreased gold from the silver camp.
Okay.
So I think it's like a
They
mix and
were-
match.
Because if they really wanted to increase the pace of the game, they would increase the amount of XP and
They did
gold
do
you
a
can
few
get.
for a few of them, if I remember. But yeah, and they decreased some stuff. Yeah.
Get you to level 20 quicker.
Yep. But so I think outside of that, I'm pretty sure that's it. It's huge. Like this, I think a lot of this is just padded though. I think most of
Yeah,
these
a lot of it's just kind of like
small.
minor stuff. It's all going to be relatively the same on a lot of characters.
I do think that healing's gonna be better. So like Afro Tank, Afro Bruiser, and Hell Tank and Bruiser is gonna be even better than they already are, which I think they were already good at least with Hell. So I think there's gonna be a few guys that go up higher tier, and then solo laners are gonna complain more, and then ADCs are gonna be destroying everything. So no,
Yeah,
I wonder if
we're going to be in a. We're already like that. It's just going to get worse. Where
first.
tanks are just getting shredded.
Yeah, I wonder if because of this tanks are gonna be start building more damage. They did that last time when they
Well, they
increased
already were
skins.
doing that. They were building
It's probably gonna be even worse.
Bluestone. They were building the damage hybrid items, Heartseeker.
Yeah,
You kind of had to do that.
that's ridiculous.
Which is weird to have to build damage. You're basically just a tankier jungler at that point.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was our long giant update for 10.3, which is 28th, so literally next week. I'm gonna be doing a video on the healing difference, or I should be doing, or it should be coming out. But I guess we'll see how that changes everything. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and Mr. Michael, do you have anything to say? Yeah, I agree with that as well. Thanks. Duly noted. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.